Yay, more Sonichu. We're gonna start with Off Target and finish that up because my stream was cut halfway through that, and then we're gonna try to get through the Date Ed series after, or at least up to that. We're starting to get to the part where trolls directly influence the comic book. This is gonna be really funny. Let me just Hey, Saints and Hell, what's up? Alright. Put the chat to all messages. Alright, let's get started. Saints in Hell, how's it going? So, we're going to skip through some of this, but this is the last sub-episode, and then we're going to get to the regular ones again. Oh my god. So much. Let's, I think skip to here. No. We were at the part where Chris Chan fights a Power Ranger.
But I'm still without a girlfriend. Not only that,
Dear Lord, hey, Masturbate.
I'm unable to help her. There is a way out, says the voice of Chris's
The sacred text, yes.
The leader of the ancient
What was it? Heart Goddess Jesus Christ Emmanuel Sonichu or whatever fuck?
Cherokee clan. Ancestor, Chris thinks. Please share with me your wisdom. Realize the number of friends you've made along your love quest, says the church.
Cat Chan screaming on her wet bed. Joey, hey, Torch.
Person or over myspace.com and believe.
Wow, that really dates this comic book. Fucking MySpace. It's still up, but no one uses it anymore, obviously.
That by stopping your foe will help them in some way too. It's hard to concentrate with low energy, Chris thinks. In that case, the Cherokee leader says.
Got back from seeing Napoleon. It was good, not great, but I enjoyed it. Ancient powers. Is it true, Saints in Hell, that there's a scene where Napoleon blows off the fucking nose of the Sphinx, looks to the camera and goes, well, that just happened.
Call upon the ancient powers from your royal ancestors to give you morality.
Ooh, excuse me.
Also, believe in your sister to aid you. May the ancient powers protect you. Sounds good to me. Thank you, says Chris.
Lol, no. Oh, good.
I can't get to that key, Crystalina thinks. And I can't fight them all alone.
They pissed off every audience for that movie. Wow.
I'll give Chris some of my power. She places her hand on his and embraces it. Please.
The modern Bible, the new Dante's Divine Autism, the Truancy Scrolls.
Recover, brother, she thinks. I can feel the energy, thinks Chris. Suddenly, he begins to transform and breaks free from his bonds. This is so pretty cure.
Hey, Gaseous. Still no sign of the Frenchies in my comment section. Guess they surrendered, as is their nature.
I'm back. Soldier of love and honesty.
Chris Chan watches Pretty Cure? I didn't know that. Holy shit. Oh my god. Make any custom emoji for you. Just, alright. Yeah, I like that crying Joker one. That was really good. They politely surrendered.
Soldier of soul and heart, Crystalina. We are Chris Chan Pure. No way, cries Walsh. Their power is recovered tenfold. I have a bad hand.
Chris Chan really likes pulling new powers out of his ass.
Cover you, Mary, promises Graduan. Mary Lee Walsh, says Chris Chan.
Oh no, Chris is gonna create a new Sonichu, but pre-cure. He kinda already did with this one.
You for shattering my heart and soul. We are going to see to it that you never shatter any more hearts or souls.
Comment on my video about them leaving comments. It would be commentception.
Ever again.
That was a long comment, too. Holy fuck.
I'm ready, bro.
Never polite. They are rude and ungrateful.
Says Crystalina. They hold hands, and Chris holds out his free hand, shouting, Blue Thunder! Orange Thunder! Shouts Crystalina. Together, they aim their power into the air and say in unison, Our unique, wonderful souls shall crush your evil hearts and dark souls. Aim for the
Dark Souls?
crystal ball. Time to get out of here, says Count Graduan. Chris and Kristalina fire their
French Canucks are so rude, even French from France can't stand them.
blast at the crystal ball, and the two beams merge to form the orange and blue Curse Chan Pure Pulse Jolt Lens.
Oh, that is awful, Chris.
It strikes the
Chris's naming conventions are so bad.
crystal causing it to explode with a brilliant light. And when the ball was shattered, the possessed facility returned to what it was, the beloved Piedmont, Virginia Community College. Sunny happy days returned to PVCC, and all the enrolled students were released from Mary Lee Walsh's
Yeah, Chris Chan's main villain was the dean of his fucking community college because she wouldn't let him solicit sex on campus.
dark spell.
He literally got into a one-sided feud with some old woman.
Instead of the dark, grim
Do you guys ever think she read this comic book? Because she have had to, right? Someone has had to have sent this to her. Trolls or someone.
criminal and corrupted courses, the greater, better math, English, biology, computer, business, and more courses have returned.
Yes. Yes, she had to have read this.
Christian and Crystal returned to Geptar for his car.
Chris Chan returned to Target for his car. His car with the word Sonichu on it.
Drove home. As for Mary Lee Walsh and Count Graduon, well, good thing we had a backup plan, processed Mary Lee Walsh. Together they float in a sphere of dark magic. Yes.
This art is so bad. Holy
We'll be
fucking
back
shit.
in dirty business.
She doesn't want to associate with the Troon, especially after the Barbusti saga. Chris apparently, drew her a picture as an apology. She sent him it was like a police note saying, "Never bother me again, or I'll call the cops."
In no time. Overtaking a high school should be easier anyway, says Walsh. Younger, stronger, more dim students ripe for brainwashing.
That's the powers that be pushing fucking, what was that, race theory shit in school? Push our gay drag queen anti-white shit in schools. Alright, well that's the sub-episodes, that's all of them. So now we get back into the comic book proper, and this is like the first issue that was actually made after Chris Chan started getting fucked with. No, not this issue. There will never be anyone like CWC again. No Yeah, true. Why does he need a car? Well, his human form needs to get around. This is the last comic book made before trolls started getting directly involved. Like the last chapter in this comic book was made right when trolls started noticing Chris.
Sonichu, number 5. Sonichu, number 5.
Rackets is certainly making a stab at it. Yeah, Nick Rackets. Daniel Larson's pretty fucking funny. If you guys know who that is, Cyrax is doing pretty good. We got some they're not going to be Chris Chan tier, but we got some good lolcows coming out.
April 29th.
Fucking Ethan Ralph for 2-3 years straight was good. Almost every so it's a calm before the storm. Yeah. And of course Patrick Tomlinson. Ethan Ralph for 3 years straight. It was constant new shit. Him hollering, the bowling alley stuff, him in front of the Blaze, constantly seething about Josh Moon and Kiwi Farms. It was fucking great. And then he just kind of stopped.
2006. On the cover, we see a gigantic Mary Lee Walsh holding a
Gun.
mirror with Christian Chandler trapped inside.
Some Billy Idol.
Ha! 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 Ha!
Joshua Conatroon.
Well,
I still remember that fucking Ethan Ralph wearing the hat that said Joshua Connor Moon as a kid diddler. He's just with a shit-eating grin wearing a hat that says Kid Diddler in all caps. I love it.
this stinks. Thanks, Chris. You won't get away with this, Mary Lee Walsh, says Sonichu. Hang tight. I'll get you out of there, father. Somehow. Episode 12. Christian Chandler in My Best Friend's Cherokee Web.
Bish.
Drawn Nation.
Fuck you, bish. I'm king of the sector, motherfucker. From the top on down. Bish.
24th, 2006. For May 29th, 2006. Memorial Day.
Jack Knight. He didn't know this woman's fucking groom The woman, the man she was gonna marry, he didn't know his best friend, supposedly best friend's fucking groom, so he replaced him with a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh card. Jack Knight is a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Trying to apologize to a guy who, that was good. He calls him a fucking Jew.
Tonight's special summon guest star, Jack Knight, plays the role of the groom, William Spicer.
So he didn't know what the groom looked like, so he just drew him as a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh card, Snyder.
We open on a wedding ceremony. Sarah Hammer, who once aided Chris as Sarama Rosachu, is being married to William Spicer. As music plays on a phonograph, Christian Weston Chandler looks on, invisible to the other guests. At the chapel door, we see Wes Isley watching the procession. If I can't have her, he thinks ruefully, then I'll play Matt.
Why is Chris Chan invisible? Oh, because she didn't invite this gross, giant, smelly retard freak to her wedding.
Magic. Inside, Chris has much more positive feelings about the day's events. It's too bad I can't stay to catch the bouquet, but
That's something women do, Chris.
at least I can walk.
This is another instance of Chris Chan like getting male and female roles confused. He does that a lot because he's like a fucking weird autistic tranny.
Watch my old friend lead for a happier life. As long as my barrier attack lasts, I can remain feasible only in spirit. I'm also happy because I found a real super girl who allows my heart to feel stronger with love.
Yeah, Megan never liked you. Megan did that thing that girls do when they're around like men they don't want. They're like, I'm not interested in a boyfriend. I'm an asexual. I'm a lesbian. No, you're not. You just don't want the guys in front of you. And she was like, ew, Chris, I just don't want a partner. She ended up getting married. Megan's actually doing really good. She's got an Etsy store where she sells stuff at. She's a gun and nature enthusiast. She's doing really good for herself.
Sweet sailor soldier who I first met after having started playing the heart of the cards. Like destiny in a pyramid of light.
Destiny.
But not just destiny, but a strong, pure love, sweeter than a passionate strawberry or the sweetest piece of chocolate. So
She never wanted you, Chris. Gun and nature boy enthusiast. Damn, it is raining hard out there. She never wanted you, Chris.
suddenly, a strange sensation interrupts Chris's thoughts. My sixth sense is tingling.
Is attracted to a male. She talks to him in a higher pitched voice. No shit, I did not know that. That entire line from Deke, Sailor Moon. Yeah, Chris Chan really liked Sailor Moon. I did not know that, Gaseous. Holy shit. I did not know that at all.
He thinks. Electric hedgehog attack. Future sight. Peering into the near future, Chris sees a flaming arrow streak across the chapel and pierce William Spicer through the chest. Purr. Ah! Spicer screams. Help! Cries Sarah. She is carried off by Live-Sonichu.
Free
No,
tips.
thinks Chris. Sarah's happiness will be ruined? I can't let that happen.
Chris Chan has a fucking dual disc.
Time to play a C.
Yeah, I always wanted one of those back when Yu-Gi-Oh was airing.
WC spell, he says, holding up his dual disc launcher, or in this case, a CWC trap. I'll play a reasoning first, he thinks. From the chapel door, Wes hears Chris's voice in his head. Wes. Wes Isley. What? Says Wes. This is your voice of reason. You don't have to do this. There are other girls behind the white magical curtain. I have no conscience.
Conscience.
Flame sniper, says Wes. He fires his flame arrow just as Chris foresaw.
Ooh, Kirby music. All right.
Shoot, says Chris. Activate negative attack. Shield
Negate attack.
appears, blocking the flame arrow and saving Spicer's life. What is that? Asks one.
Yu-Gi-Oh is that it wasn't widely available to countries outside of Japan and the USA. Yeah.
Yes. Fire, says another. Liar, liar, cries the third. Show yourself, coward, demands Wes. I am no coward, Chris says as he reveals himself. Sometimes I'm a great duelist. Mostly I'm a loyal friend.
You wouldn't stop groping and touching Meg when you were around her. Video compilations of the fake Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Oh yeah. Like, you're not a good friend, Chris. You're a bad person.
And I can do wonders behind the scenes. But the truth is,
Like, fuck his mom.
electric hedgehog power. Chris transforms, his sleeved arms changing into sleeveless arms, his back growing blue spines and a crooked tail, and his body...
Oh, you're not going to play the Sailor Moon music?
I'm the legendary warrior.
I love how Chris Chan uses the same fucking comic panel to transform every time.
Of love and honesty, Chris Chan Sonichu. Chris...
Oh yeah, he used to make his own Yu-Gi-Oh cards too. He would make his own fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and they all had, like, Sonic characters and stuff on them. A weeb. He could have confused reality as a dating sim. He kind of did. Ugh, excuse me. He used to play that Sprung game all the time, and that was an early dating sim.
Chan Sonichu. Beast.
This monster can be special summoned from your hand or deck by attributing a Christian Weston Chandler or a Virgin with Rage equipped with a Sonichu medallion. That's rich.
This monster can be summoned from your hand or deck by troubling a Christian Weston Chandler or a Virgin with Rage equipped with a Sonichu medallion. Attack 300, defense 2000. LP equals 2300 plus 500 equals 2800. See below. Christopher Chandler, Wes roars. How dare you interrupt my frank and cruel lovey-dovey...
Chris Chan was kind of a weeb, though. It's just kind of everywhere. He's kind of everywhere.
Plans, you autistic freak. Wesley Sonichu. Feed effect. If Chris Chan Sonichu is face up on the field, increase Chris Chan Sonichu's attack by 500 points.
That's not fair. It just makes Chris Chan's card always stronger than Wesley's.
Attack 2300. Defense 2000. Life points equals 2300. Chris thinks. Remember, Meg Chan. Future happiness for us. Sarah's future happiness. Mostly Megan.
Meg didn't want you. Meg wasn't attracted to you. There's this really good picture of, like, Chris Chan and Meg. And Chris Chan's happy as fuck. And then you look at Meg and she's just fucking miserable.
Right, Chris says. I do not want to fight on my old best friend's happy dappy day.
Happy dappy day?
Be adult about this with you leaving in peace and letting the new Mrs. Sarah Nicole Hammer Spicer live her future in peace. You're right, Wes says. We can live peacefully like adults. There you go, says Chris.
Meg might have a sense of smell. Yeah, apparently Chris Chan smelled like rotting watermelons. He just fucking rank awful.
Getting her, not that jerk, says Wes. What? Says Chris. Bam! The ceremony continues, as the guests are apparently unaware of the conflict. If there is anyone who objects to this union of Sarah and William, speak now or forever hold your peace, the minister says. I do.
This fucking Guns N' Roses?
Wes says. Like an orange blur, he moves, leaving William Spicer to see Wesley holding Sarah over his...
Dried sewage covered by musky smell of Axe body spray. Oh, that must be harsh.
The dame comes with me, Wes.
The dame comes with me. Yaki Sock Pup, what's up?
Says,
Megan?
Wes, you jerk, cries Sarah. What's the meaning of this? Okay, who played the Megamorph? Chris asks. Wes flees the chapel with Sarah as his prisoner. Christopher, please bring our baby back, Sarah's parents ask. If you don't, it'll mean trouble for you. This is terrible.
Why is Chris Chan going to be in... Oh, well.
Chris's life points have decreased to 500. Sarah, Meg Chan, happiness for all. Need energy. Activate spell absorption.
I'm doing good. How about you?
Infinity spell. Increase life points by 500 for each spell played. Activate Diane Kato. Increase life points by 1,000 plus 500 for each spell absorption. Rejuvenated, Chris takes off after Wes. I'm coming, Sarah, he says. Time to activate my quick spells with my CWC spells. Activate CWC
Rotten watermelon. Shit.
spells.
Meshy.
Spells LP plus 500. Goodbye, magical
Nice.
palette.
Drinking a few
Hello,
beers.
purple duo spells. Chris's LP is now 2,500. CWC spells, quick spells. Discard one spell card from your hand. Add 2 spell cards from your deck to your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Soon Chris is caught up to Wes. Hey Wes, Apple Core. Baltimore, says Wes. Who's your friend? Asks Chris. Me? Asks Wes.
He took that whole fucking thing from fucking... There's a hair in my mouth. Ugh. There we go. He took that whole thing from fucking Freakazoid. He stole that from Freakazoid. As you listen to, like, even listening to Chris Chan speak, a lot of what he says is shit he heard from a TV show. It's fucking wild.
Right, my turn, says Chris. Draw a card. Stand by. Activate creature swap. Both players select one monster on their respective
Activate my Sonichu trap card. But during the Stone Age.
sides of the field and swift control of those monsters with each other. The selected monsters can't change their battle positions this turn. Sarah suddenly finds herself in Chris's arms, then he turns around and runs back to the chapel. What, Chris? She says. Hang tight, says Chris. I'll get you back to the church on time. Darn him and his stupido magic, growls Wesley. I'm the one with the rabbit.
This comic book would make no sense unless you actually understood Chris Chan's life and the people in it. Wes Isley is a real person. He was dating that girl Chris Chan was saving. And he was a fucking magician. He had a YouTube channel where he was showing off his magic tricks. That's why he's like, I'm the one with the rabbit, because he's an actual magician in real life.
Wesley locks onto Chris and fires his Fire Blast flamethrower. Yikes,
Now we got Pokemon moves in this? What the fuck?
says Chris. Sweet.
Well, we always did have the Pokemon stuff, because it was a Pokemon Sonic thing. The Yu-Gi-Oh stuff is kind of new.
As his blast catches up to Chris. But suddenly, a flying tiara trips Wes, causing the beam to backfire on him instead. What the flame happened? Wesley asks. Who saved us? Sarah asks. Yeah, she's here, thinks Chris. The interloper reveals herself.
It's Meg. I really wish you got that Chris Chan documentary with Meg in it. There was some dude was making a documentary and it was going to have interviews with Chris Chan, Barbara, and Meg. But someone at Kiwi Farms didn't like it and they sabotaged it.
Be a woman in a Sailor Moon outfit, partner with a lavender skunk. A wedding ceremony has no place for burned up exes, she says. Hiding from behind a sacred column serves no love or justice. We are sailor soldiers, and to destroy the dreams of an old friend of ours.
He gave her a fucking throat collar. Like a spiked fucking choker.
Unforgivable, adds the skunk, and we stand for the lights of every heart and justice. And the hopes and dreams of the future happiness earned from tortured times are
Kiwi fags every time.
priceless.
He keeps stealing Sailor Moon lines. Well, Meg's literally a Sailor Moon character in this.
I am Magaji the skunk. I am Sailor Megtoon. In the name of all hearts, we shall punish you. How dare you two, says Wes. I will not be taken down by the likes of you. He fires a flamethrower from his mouth. Megtoon, rockin' hurricane, says Sailor Megtoon. He uses a guitar to foil Wes's attack.
Could Meg play the guitar in real life? Why the fuck did he give Meg a guitar? Is she like really into rock music?
Wow, that girl can sure rock, says Sarah. You sure know a winner, Chris. Christopher? Chris is on his knees, overcome with his love and admiration for Sailor Megtoon. Ah, Mega my heart, he thinks, as his life points skyrocket to 7,000. Magaji slaps him over the head. That hurt, Chris whines. This is not the time to Google my maternal creator, she growls. You had to play that last CWC spell. Yeah.
Stop ogling my mom. Stop thirsting after my mom, Chris. Sailor Meg dude.
Right, Chris says. You played your part well, he thinks. Activate Dark Core. By discarding one card from my hand, sorry, Dark Magician Girl, I can remove Live-Sonichu from play and send him home. The Dark Core...
So are Chris Chan and... Wait, Chris Chan and fucking Wesley are actual monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh! They're Pokemon. They're Sonic characters. What the fuck?
Years over, Wesley.
This is a clusterfuck.
Megtoon's attack. Oh, he's stuck in the shifting sands. I'll have to putt, says Chris, producing a lightning bolt in his hand. He swats Wesley into the Dark Core and he disappears. That's duel, Chris says. Later, at the church, sigh. Sarah almost lost her straightforward shot to long happiness. I hope that I will get to walk down that aisle someday myself with
You never will, but you will be walked down a prison aisle in the future.
no trouble, Chris thinks. Asymmetrical feelings. I love Megan, yet she's not ready to return or seek it. I'd feel better if I could chat with her on
Fly Me to the Moon. It's so weird this fucking Frank Sinatra song became popular with weeaboos. It was in Evangelion, it was in Bayonetta.
the phone, although she's uncomfortable doing that. Our email communications are okay. Spiok speaks louder than typed words. Chris, could you come up to the room with the balcony, please? Huh?
Actually has an IRL girlfriend now. Yeah, I heard. I refuse to believe that's a real girlfriend. I think it's either a troll or a caseworker working for him.
Think fast. A bouquet of flowers drops into his
Again, that's for women. The catch the bouquet thing is for women.
hands. Chris looks up to see Sarah at the balcony. I wanted to thank you for the wonderful childhood years between you and me, and for being by my side today.
Yeah, it was a tribute. In case of Ava Fags, they deserve the rope. I haven't watched Evangelion in years. I borrowed the silver DVD set. I borrowed that, and I liked it. I liked what I heard of. I liked it. It was all right. Movies are pretty good, but I don't really love it. And I don't really want to be with any of the women on that show. They're all fucking awful. Your choice of a BPD Happa girl with red hair, or fucking a mute robot girl. Like, okay.
The best of your Megan's love.
Also, they're teenagers, so no.
Thank you, Sarah, Chris says. I wish you the happiest of years as well. Catching a bride's bouquet is a sign, meaning a strong chance of marriage for you within a few years.
Strong chance of marriage in a few years. The only thing you're marrying is your mouth to the barbussy. BPD, sociopath, damaged goods, and sloppy seconds. Yay. Sounds like the dating scene for most men. Ooh. Alright, now, this is probably the best episode. It's the one with the most heart. This is Chris Chan's tribute to his dead dog. He had a dog, and he actually really loved her. It was probably the only thing he genuinely loved in his life. It was Patty Chandler. Someone who is actually an adult who loves Elvis Presley, so she wins in my book. See him being a troll. They supposedly kissed, though, so yeah. I don't know, man. Just some of them fucking people that work in the government, they're very weird gropers. Still needs to do Shin Super. I would watch that. Shin Kamen Rider was really good. I need to watch Shin Ultraman. Shin Godzilla was really good.
Sonichu, number 6.
Sonichu,
number 6. Drawn July 4th, 2006. On the cover, we see a dog-like creature dancing on its hind legs, waving a decorated bone. Around it fall large golden coins, each depicting a moment in the life of Christian Chandler's beloved pet. Episode 12.5.
This episode's weird because it actually uses real-life photos from Chris, like back in 2006. June 20... Hey, Richard Russell, what's up, man?
One lucky dog. CWC. Allow me to introduce my sweet dog, Patty. She was born...
The background... Yeah, I saw them. The background music is fucked. I guess they got a copyright strike or something.
Born on March 17th,
but it's Earth, Wind, and Fire.
St. Patrick's Day, and she's part beagle and part Spitz. We open on the night of June 26th, 2006, where she's looking towards the moon from the safety of her pen. Oh, thinks Patty, I haven't felt as spry as I used to.
The girl from Scream got fired. Which one? Or if this was after the dog died.
And my rump's so itchy, but the moon is pretty tonight.
The sky at night, the moon. Chris can't understand. Yeah. Which one? The little Hispanic girl that plays Wednesday Addams?
One twinkling dot lures me more with its sparkliness. I wish I could walk and talk like my master, so I could tell him in his language how I feel, thank him for his years of kindness, and let him know that I love him.
The other girl, the older sister, Sam. Yeah, I haven't really been keeping up with the new Scream movies. I've only ever seen the first 3 movies. I wonder what she did.
How
the moon. For pro-Palestinian tweets. Ooh, that'll do it. These people got to realize who controls Hollywood. It's like that porn star getting fired because she was pro-Palestine. It's like, do you not know who runs the porn industry? Goofy Goober?
Well, I'll have a quick snack before my nightly slumber, thinks Patty. She eats some grass in the yard, catching a 4-leaf clover in her mouth. Then she lays down.
Who controls Pedowood?
Grass and falls asleep. Little does she know that an ominous gleam of light has begun to
got fired from Wednesday too for Palestine tweets, but it's not confirmed. Oh, that sucks.
Shine down on her. The next day, Christian Weston Chandler comes outside to find Patty. Okay, Scamper, hello, says Chris. I have to feed Patty now.
This is Chris Chan before the trolls got to him. With his the classic, he's got his medallion. Look, he's so young, so naive, before everything went to shit.
Patty girl, tweet, tweet. Oh, there you are. He finds Patty still sleeping in the grass. Her forehead and the end of her tail have turned green. Come, Patty, it's time for food. Come on, girl. Patty wakes up and opens her eyes. Okay, okay. I'm coming. Ah! Screamed Chris. Patty, you can talk? No.
Oh, yeah. Not a lot of people know this. Chris, 1 year before we found him on B. Yep. 1 year before his life went to shit. Well, his life was already shit. That belt buckle he's wearing has a picture of Sonichu and Rosachu. So not only did this guy wear a fucking Sonichu medallion everywhere he went, he had a fucking belt buckle of his two fucking OCs. Like, he was obsessed with these characters.
Not only that, you look different, too. What are you, huh? Wow, says Patty. I can speak your language. Hooray for me.
Hooray for me.
Patty attempts to stand.
That's what she says. Like, I can speak English. I can speak like a human. Hooray for me.
Stand up on her hind legs and succeeds. Busy. Wow, I'm standing like you, Master, she says. Wish came true, she wondered. Oh, Master, I can't begin to tell you how elated I feel, she says. Come to think of it, I feel so young.
Daft Punk. Okay, rabbis want a porn... Yes! A rabbi owns Pornhub. That should make you think.
Like as if I was 3 years old.
You'd think a rabbi wouldn't be owning a site like that because, you know, his religion, but apparently he does. One more time from 5... That's a weird shift. The porn star in striped pajamas.
One in dog ears. well, I'm still in shock over your transformation, says Chris. I am happy that you feel happy. Come, let's get some food in you, give you a bath, and a makeover would be good too. Thank you, Chris, says Patty. After bathing and eating, Patty sits on the porch swing with Chris.
We actually looked at Chris's house in one of the earlier streams. He has a big property. He's got a big-ass house. It's big enough to have, like, this big shed in the back. He's got a fucking... It looks like a bus stop, but it's actually like a little seat. Interstellar 5555 is a good movie. Yes, it was.
She is now wearing a green skirt with a clover medallion around her neck. Oh, Chris, she says, I am so grateful for your care over the years of my life, and I love you so much. Yet, I am tired of being confined in
Virginia Chainsaw Massacre. I can actually picture Chris Chan as Leatherface. Leatherface is also a tranny too, so that's funny.
I can now roam free.
I love back in the day the media didn't care and they just portray fucking trannies as these crazy serial killers. Fucking Psycho, Sleepaway Camp, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. One of the characters in the Spawn comic books was named Billy Kincaid, and he was a child-molesting, child-murdering transgender. They did not give a fuck. It was great.
Where are my paws? Wow, says Chris. I understand how you feel. He considers the problem for a moment, then scratches behind Patty's ears. I can help you, he says. I know of a great place where you can run free and have great friends to be with, and not have to worry about scaring the natives. He takes her by the hand and leads her back into his house. Where are we going? Asks Patty. To get there, we have to take a shortcut in my bedroom. After you, he says, holding the door for her.
Wow, Chris Chan, your fucking house is full of hoarded garbage. What the fuck, dude?
Chivalry ain't dead, he thinks to himself. Inside
There's Chris Chan's room.
We see a massive assortment of toys, video games, drawings, comics, Legos, DVDs.
Hey, Masked Man. That Chris Chan's collection has to be worth like thousands. Yeah, we're getting a Felix the Cat collection. I can only think of 2 Felix the Cat games, but I remember playing the NES version. It was pretty good. So, 2 video games. Well, 2 decent video games. They're pretty good. A Jurassic Park collection comes out later today as well. Yeah, the 22nd. Later today.
Videotapes, electronics, and more. Much of
Metal Warriors with online multiplayer. That'd be good.
it is stacked on the numerous shelves
I would love an Animaniacs and Tiny Toons adventure collection. That'd be fucking awesome.
of tables, while others are hung on the walls or suspended from the ceiling. Watch your step, he says, leading Patty.
Look at all those fucking games. He has a copy of Pokemon Box. Holy shit, that game is insanely rare. It's not really a game, but he has it. Every GameCube game, including Pokemon Box and Gotcha Force. Though, yeah, I would fucking like, yeah, if there was something that happened where Chris Chan died, I would raid his fucking collection. Look at that picture of Chris Chan in the top corner, walking in the room like that. That's what his Barbara sees when Chris Chan wants that Barbussy. Wake up, mother. It's time for, yes, intercourse. I'm gonna raid that bubble, see. What's going on?
She says, your room is a bit crowded. I can see one.
Like your whole fucking house, Chris.
One reason.
He has a Mario DDR pad. I have the Mario DDR game. It's not bad. Very easy, though. I had to play it with a controller. I don't have a DDR pad, and because I live on a top floor, like, I wouldn't be able to play it without people complaining.
Oh, you need a woman's touch? Yeah, thanks, Chris.
Don't call anyone, Barbara. Hey, Siri, play Bentley from Berserk. Holy shit.
Among other things, he stands in front of Patty and holds a portable video game in one hand. Open sesame, he says. The video game sends out a signal, which calls...
I just realized she's like, you need a woman's touch. Chris Shan's like, yeah, and for other reasons. Like, ew. What do they have against Joker feet? Being healthy enough to play DDR, I was decent. Yeah, I used to play DDR.
Causes a portal to open in the middle of Chris's room.
I'm just jealous of that fucking game collection. Holy shit. That is our... I can see Bubsy in the background. He's got like Saturn games and Genesis games, DS games. Jesus.
This way...
That is... You know, I don't like Chris Chan. I think he's a dirty, disgusting, retarded motherfucker. But that is an immaculate game collection. Holy fuck.
Quickville, says Chris, jumping...
You have to clean the shit out of the games, though.
Patty thinks nervously.
Tough man contest for the 32X. Yeah.
However, she falls
A literal motherfucker. Yeah.
in, the portal closing just behind her tail. From my house to
Butterbean, and he had that game for display. Oh shit, you met Butterbean? There was an instance, there was a wrestling special called Brawl for All, where instead of actually like wrestling like you see on TV, it was like an MMA style contest, and it was put together based Butterbean. Wonder if he had Snatcher or Earthbound. Butterbean versus Butterbong. Anyway, the guy that won it, his prize was he had to box Butterbean. So you have a professional wrestler, like a guy that does like phony wrestling on TV, getting into a fight with an actual boxer. Of course, the guy lost. Butterbean won. The whole thing was a clusterfuck. You can thank Vince Russo for that.
The other way would be a longer walk, explains Chris. In Quickville, we see the Quickville Shopping Center, which houses the mayor's office. And from a...
What's your point, Right Hook? I would love to see Fuzz in the ring with Butterbean. That shit would be funny. You remember in the Jackass movie where Johnny Knoxville got fucking destroyed by Butterbean? It was like one punch to the face and he's down.
Special door inside. And here we are, says Chris, opening the door from the other side of the portal. The city of Quickville. Oh, says Patty.
Oh.
Where...
She's like, bitch, you just got transferred to a cartoon comic book dimension, and your first line is, oh, okay. Ready to Rumble Boxing 3, the Fuzz is in it. Which point...
Chris kneels down and puts his arm around Patty.
Was nice enough to give Johnny one free punch, too.
Patty, he says, you and I are in the heart and epicenter of Quickville. My mayoral office. It is located above the shopping center's north entrance. Not only is it a home away from...
So... His mayoral office is above a shopping mall? What the fuck?
Home, but every city document, every public decision, every single fun event that goes on in this community are all planned and stored here in these four walls. Wow, says Patty.
Wow.
How do you handle all these responsibilities while you were not here, she asks. Excellent question, Patty, says Chris. I have a secretary
Why does he look like he's balding in that pic?
who takes in the incoming documents. After looking them over, she calls me on my cell phone and gives me all the details. She then scans and transmits the data of the document through a special PC program to Quickville satellite, which sends it to my DS. Then I can read the document, including the fine print, and sign my...
Make your next game for the N64. It's perfect for your trashy style. The N64.
The signature gets
Yeah, the N64 can't do fucking FMV games.
printed onto the original document, and it's a done deal. Editor's note. It would be really nice if Nintendo made a PDA program with a
Why? Why would Nintendo do that? The smartphone was out. But you had Blackberries, you had iPads and iPods. The Nintendo DS didn't need a fucking PDA service in it, you dumb fuck.
personal notepad called
Super Gun 64. Man, it's a shame the guy that made that, it's a fucking weird coomer.
a bit of time later. So, with that scepter and those bracelets I made for you, you will be able to defend yourself from the villain with some of my power that I bestowed unto them. Says,
Chris Chan can just invent shit.
Chris. Thank you, says Patty. Now, before I forget, Ms. Amber, Chris says. Yes, Mr. Chandler, says Ms. Amber. Patty Chan, says Chris. This is my secretary, Ms. Allison Amber.
The Supergun 64 guy, fuck his sister. I think he did, yeah.
Former movie star. She retired early to pursue her dream of being the aide of a big cheese like me. Allison, this is my sweet lucky dog, Patty.
Some good N64 games, but most of the other stuff is either shitty ports or games that have aged like rot. Oh, come on, man. Tux fingered his sister. He was a sicko. Yeah, fuck that guy.
He's gone under a grand transformation, and she wishes for more free roaming space, so I've...
Incest Japanese porn for Jersh's pig farm streams. I don't know what, yeah. Never trust the guy that reads that shit.
Her here. Allison Amber, age 26. In a relationship with her, boyfriend.
Chris Chan is jealous of fake women. N64 games have not aged well for the most part. Some of them. Chris Chan is jealous of a fake woman. GoldenEye, Majora's Mask, Mario 64, Ogre Battle, Star Fox 64, Worms are the only N64 games I really care for. He never touched Supergun 64 mod because he heard things from this guy.
I'm delighted to meet you, Miss Amber, says Patty. I am happy to make your acquaintance as well, Patty, says Allison. I've heard nice things about you from Chris. Suddenly, Chris's cell phone rings. Its ringtone is Britney Spears, Drive Me Crazy.
This dude's fucking ringtone is Britney Spears. He sat on it for like 5 or 6 months before he tried it. Japanese incest dating sims on the say, Boner Man. Paper Mario is really good. I also like to add Conker's Bad Fur Day, the Banjo games, Jet Force Gemini, which is going free Britney from Chris Chan. Jet Force Gemini is going to be put on the N64 online app next month. Or actually later this month. Hey, how you doing, Boner Man?
And Feel So Lonesome by Christian Weston Chandler.
He did a fucking remix of Drive Me Crazy with his fucking, like, Lonely Love Quest thing. Fuck it, we gotta find that.
Excuse me, Chris says. Hello? Oh, Sonichu, what's up? Oh, okay, I'll be right down. I gotta go. Sonichu and Rosachu need me, Chris says. He kneels down.
N64 had the worst ever controller for any game console ever that isn't from Atari. I don't know, man. The Intellivision and the Conker's Bad Fur Day was my favorite game as a kid. It's a really good game. National theme song for Quickville, Virginia.
Brace, Patty.
Still can't believe Quickville exists in fucking Virginia.
Patty, I will come visit you time and again, but consider Quickville your new
Japanese whittle hands. I can play the N64 controller just fine. I'm holding the Switch Online controller right now, and it feels really good in the hands. Sounds like a skill issue. Take my cell phone with unlimited minutes. my cell phone. Just give her a fucking cell phone plan with unlimited everything, Magic Man. You give her a fucking burner phone with unlimited minutes.
When you are hurt. And show this card to the cashier of any supermarket, grocery store, or restaurant. They will give you the food you need and treat you with high respect. Golden Quickbill card. Mayoral issue.
Shit must really have knocked your head hard.
Patty Chandler. 0679-85.
The Duke controller was made for Japanese... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't really like the first Xbox controller. It was really big. The GameCube controller is the best one, and so is the Xbox Controller S. The second model of the Xbox controller, that was really good. It felt good in the hands. Way better than the Duke. The Duke was just too big.
43-3412-4587. You take care, Patty Chan. I will always love you.
Had a really good console. I'm glad more people are realizing how good of a... Yeah. Real man's controller, Joey. Show us your hands. Hey, World Wide Web Wizard. 2 Platinum Wavebirds. Ooh. Getting the Wavebird's really expensive now. I have a wireless GameCube controller, but it's like off-brand. The OG Xbox Duke controller fit in the hands nicely.
Sweet friend. This episode is dedicated to the sweet, loving memory of Patty Chandler. One sweet, pretty...
Oh, they're playing this song from that Futurama episode with the dead dog. Fuck you. Pull up my heartstrings.
Lucky dog. Patty Chandler.
Got 2 Platinum Wavebirds made by Ninty. Brand new. Ooh, nice. June 27, 2006. My son, along with SpongeBob Party Game for like $20 back then. Ooh.
March 17, 1988 to June 27,
Damn, that dog lived a long time. Holy shit.
2006.
Yeah, that's probably the only, like, Saturn 3. Yeah, it's not bad. It's a little bulky. 18 years.
Where true love blossoms between the true loving couples. Whether it's at the park, Harriet, JoJo.
The remake they did a few years back, it had an LCD display in the middle. Oh, shit, yeah. Fuck Mad Catz. I had a Mad Catz controller. No, it wasn't a Mad Catz, but it was like a third-party GameCube controller. I found out it was worth, well, oh, God, there's something in my, there we go. 150, fuck. Betrayal. Mad Shats. I got it. It's like a third-party game. Mad Catz original Xbox controller is the one I used a lot. It had like a little wire all along the controller that glowed. It was like orange. I played it a lot, and I was playing Mega Man Anniversary Collection, and I was at Iceman stage in Mega Man 1. And there's that part with the invisible blocks, and I kept fucking up. 20 minutes of trying to play that fucking stage. I was so pissed. I chucked the controller to the wall. It popped open. Like the top part popped off completely. So I took painter's tape, that blue tape that you paint along the wall so you don't like get paint on stuff, and I fucking like wrapped it around the controller. And I it works. The controller's stuck together, and it works to this day. Even the light up part works. I'm shocked.
First kiss. Wham! Harriet and Joseph's kiss is interrupted by a policeman and his baton.
Fucking cock blocker.
By the order of our mistress, love is forbidden. What was that?
Joker angry, Joker smash. Yeah, I don't do that anymore. Except when playing Metal Gear Solid.
Yes, Julia?
It's still I've never played Star Fox Assault. That's the only one I haven't played. I played the DS game. I played Star Fox Adventure. Hyperkin Duke controller for Series X. I'll have to try that out. I played every Star Fox game, even Adventure and Zero, but I've yet to play Assault.
Slap! Another officer interferes. MLW forbids love confessions. Jeez. Well, how about close to...
The cock blocker force in full display.
One. Ow! Hand holding is forbidden in the name of Mary Lee Walsh.
I have a feeling Chris Chan would do that if he had any modicum of power. Like, if Chris Chan had any sort of authority but still couldn't get pussy, he would be pulling this shit. No public displays of affection. This is like if Elliot Rodger controlled the police force.
Oh, how troubling. And where's our favorite hedgehog and mayor? Chillin' at Quickville Mall. The best mall ever. CW...
Where's Chris Chan? He's fucking off somewhere.
WC's note. I've designed the shopping
Fucking off. Goofing off. Hey, Amber Fiend. Can I ask what your motivation is for listening to the Sonichu comic books? Because they're fucking funny. They're really fucking funny. They're fucking absurd as shit. It's hilarious to read and watch. That's why. Sounds like a Persona 2 character. Quickville estate mandated boyfriend-free girls. One of our submarines is missing tonight. Holy shit.
Rafting design degree, which I have received in May 2006. So I have a copy of the set of plans among my Sonichu drawings in my Sonichu scrapbook.
Fair enough. Was just wondering if you were like on Christery binge or something. No, like I've been following Chris Chan since like 2007, 2008. So I've been kind of following him on and off ever since then. And he's always fascinated me, and you know, I've never really did streams of the Chris Chan comic book, so I thought, why not?
Inside, we find Chris and
It's a dark TVY 7 that's intended for man-childs.
Well, Sonichu, says Chris, I've been feeling lots better since I first met Megan. She's the sweetest, and she has the right spunk amount among
Ew. Ew, Chris.
all ladies.
She has the right navy. Just so you know, the guy had poop thrown. Fuck off. OG Joker.
Yeah.
Shit, you're an OG then, huh? Damn, yep. One day I was looking up, I used to browse Encyclopedia Dramatica a lot, And they had an article of the Now about Christian, and I read it, and I was like, holy fuck. I didn't believe what I was reading. I thought it was like some Andy Kaufman shit. The tails and the two foxes patch. Holy shit. Sonichu looks like he's standing. Hasn't had turns launch at him.
Just like me and Rosie. Meg has yet to return feelings, alright? Yeah. But I've been very patient with Meg Chan. By being a kind and understanding
The guy's biggest crush is a Jewish woman. You say that like it's a bad thing.
friend for her, giving her time and space and helping her feel good, she's warming up to me. Not only that, but with each amount of time I spend with her personally, with each of her warm, tender smiles, and with each loving thought about her, my heart grows fonder with the true love I feel.
It is a bad thing, Joey.
At least she knows that I have those feelings for her. I had the guts to tell her personally. Well, Rosichu,
Keeping it kosher.
the other hedgehogs, and I wish you the best of luck with her, says Sonichu. Thank you. Speaking of which, says Chris, did you know I haven't used that dumb sign since that fiasco at the Guitar region? Yet all it took was turning to the heart of the cards to find the best moment of the rest. She's irreplaceable.
Oh yeah, Christian, this is common knowledge, but don't hold it against you, Joey, but you're going to be last in line in the ovens. Wasn't programmed to not communicate all of his sick fantasies to the public. Based Rich. Christian used to use a sign to solicit sex from women. And it was like this sign with like this big like laundry list of fucking shit he wanted from a woman. And he'd sit there playing with Legos in front of like shopping malls and shit going, looking for a boyfriend, free girl. He'd pace around and listen to music. Oh, God. Gonna have a 5-foot-long nose like Pinocchio.
Too, right? At Sonichu.
I played the Pinocchio game for Sega Genesis. It was pretty good.
That was a fortunate bonus. I easily mistook her brother at first, though, admits Chris. Overhead, the intercom plays the local radio station. Alright, we're rocking with the best of light rock and anime hits here at station KCWC, Quickville's #1 radio station. You're keeping it real with Gems to Sonichu. Yowza! I've just been handed an urgent bulletin. Apparently a jerk-off squad has been harassing loving couples.
Lies of J.
The true men in...
I played Lies of P, but I'm talking about the Pinocchio game for Sega Genesis. Not bad. A little bland, but the graphics are really nice, and it has really smooth animations.
Women in blue and black can't keep up with these minions of the dirtiest of PVC citizens. Mary Lee Walsh. We really could use the help of my main dudes, Christian Chandler and Sonichu about now. More news after this
I am the true and honest Joey JoJo.
new track from Monica Ryle.
Monica Rial? She was one of the people that tried to fuck over Vince Mignogna. Although Vince Mignogna's biggest enemy was fucking Nick Rekieta and his fucking lawyer.
No! Shouts Chris, rising to his feet. I can't believe it. I thought her reign of heart-shattering terror was over. What?
Styled sketch where Cat's nose keeps hitting Joey while in bed, and Joey screams in pain. Vic Mignogna.
Well, I won't let her get away with it. It was a good thing I've informed the citizens about the difference between the jerk-offs and
Is this Blink 182 or Sum 41 or
the
something?
true police people.
Filet mignon.
Chris
No.
recalls his public announcement of the jerk-off threat to his citizens. And so
Spiral. Oh, yeah. Nick Rekieta's the new sacrifice for the corn, so it's his turn to be, have a constant fucking nonsense shit. Ethan Ralph did his tour of duty for 3 years. Now it's Nick Rekieta. Jew
I
9.
urge you, the citizens of Quickville, to remember, with the police, only black and blue are true. All other colors are vice.
Christian out there like, fuck the police.
Chris and Sonichu race out of the mall. Chris flips open his Nintendo DS.
Rackets was always been this bad. Yeah, but now it's worse. It's like Ethan Ralph. Ethan Ralph was always shitty, but then it just got worse.
Note, I'm using a special DS card and matching pack that
The other side for the better. Yeah, Ralph got really skinny. I saw a picture Ralph posted online. He got really fucking thin. Either it's the HIV or it's something else, but he got real skinny.
links up not only to Wi-Fi, but to the Quickville satellite. Within the options, I can search within 100 miles radius of where I'm standing for villains, special items, and where my friends are currently located. Wow, says Chris, there are jerk-offs everywhere, and my Quickville police are vastly outnumbered. Let's go, Sonichu.
My police force can't take on mall security. Oh no. He's been fasting. Oh yeah, he has no money, so he can barely eat. And he lives off of Xanax and fucking Modelo's, which, ugh.
Using the DS stylus, he activates vehicle call and summons an S-Chew air rider. Meanwhile, the true police have formed a defensive line in the street.
Help! My police force can't take on mall security!
While the jerk-offs, clad in white, brown, and red, assemble for battle. Among them flies their mistress, the Dark Lord, Mary Lee Walsh. She hovers over the road, looking at a rectangle carved into the asphalt. Yes, yes! With my battalion of jerk-offs at the ready, and a monster in my shadow, I'm sure to lure that nuisance Christian
Nuisance.
into my trap when he stands in the rectangle.
I love how they actually say instead of just saying the misspelled word properly, they say it as it's spelled.
Below, I'll have him in my clutches. Ha! 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 With that Cherokee out of the picture, makes Count Graduan, I will be able to take over the city, then the world.
Yeah, Christian seems to think he's Native American, which a lot of people do for some reason. You are not 1/16th Native American. Stop it.
Especially with a dark shadow within the adopted child in Viridian. Chris and Sonichu streak to the battlefield. Sonichu relying.
Why does Christian have a fucking surfboard? He has like a hoverboard. Where the fuck did that come from?
On his awesome speed, while Christian soars through the city
Also, can't Christian just fucking transform and fly there? What happened to his fucking wings?
on his S-Chew air rider. As they arrive on the scene, a figure in a dark alley makes a phone call. Megan, it's me. Come to Quickville, quick. Glad to see you, Your Honor, says one of the Quickville police. At ease, Constable, says Chris, returning his salute. I've assessed the situation. Wow, organized neatly. She pulled out all the stops. Leave it to me and my hedgehogs. Constable, keep all the civilians out of the Metroplex. That's an order.
So he's a constable?
Yes, sir, says the officer. I have to call my Calvary, thinks Chris. CWC spell magic. Electric chaotic summon. In various locations.
The Power Rangers theme. Yeah, that was one of those movies where, like, a neurotypical person plays a neurodivergent person for Oscar bait. A good way to get Oscar points in Hollywood was to pretend to be retarded in a movie. Sia actually got in deep shit for that, because she did a movie like that. It was a really bad movie. But yeah, Cuba Gooding Jr. did it. I think Johnny Depp or Leonardo DiCaprio did it. It was just like, pretend to be retarded and you can get an Oscar.
The hedgehogs are immersed in a strange blue
We don't-
glow.
Seeing Cuba trying to act dumb. You never go full retard. Never go full retard.
Rosachu, Wild Sonichu,
Happy
Bubbles
Jack.
Angelica Rosachu, Punchy and Magichan Sonichu, Heart Torch Glow, Twin Sister Call. In the mall, Crystal is also immersed in the blue light. Oh, my brother needs me, she thinks.
That whole thing where he goes into the girls' locker room, it's the funniest shit ever. Oh, that sounds great. That sounds like a hoot and a holler. Shia LaBeouf did it too. I talked about this before. There was a Disney Channel original movie where Shia LaBeouf played a retarded kid, and it's the funniest fucking shit. Real quick, it's only 30 seconds long. Chaotic cuckolds combined. But that shit with Chris Chan's real twin sister is really fucking weird. It's like weird incestuous shit that, honestly, is really nasty foreshadowing.
Having fun sampling this wonderful perfume. Well, duty calls as the hedgehogs rush to the scene.
Watch the first 35 seconds? Alright. I remember that movie. Oh, this is fucking cringe. Yeah, what is this? That was awkward as shit. But yeah, there's a Disney Channel movie where fucking Shia LaBeouf plays a retard. It's great.
Crystal and Chris each begin their own transformations. Electric Hedgehog Power. Crystal transforms into Crystalina Rosachu, while Chris becomes Chris Chan Sonichu. The Sonichus and Rosachus of Quickville. Warrior of Love and Honesty, Chris Chan. Warrior of Love and Hearts,
Power Rangers theme song is fucking great. It's probably one of the best TV show theme songs.
Crystalina.
Joey JoJo Rangers.
Smasher.
Movie in theaters. Funny story, my wife went to the theater after I saw Freddy vs. Jason and wanted to watch that. And that's a weird double play. Freddy vs. Jason and Cuba Gooding Jr. as a retard. I forgot they aired in the same year. Is a believer in the method. He's been playing a retard for years. I still remember 4chan fucking with them. Finding his fucking flags and taking them. That shit was great.
Hearts and Entrapment. We are Chris Chan Pure and the Chaotic Combo.
2003 was a wild year for movies. Yeah, that was 20 years ago? 30 years ago. I'm going to go use the restroom. I'm not going to have any music playing.
Evil Witch of Dark Descent.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
To the darkness from which you came.
I had a phone call right when I was like going to the restroom. Elf, Freddy vs. Jason, Lord of the Rings Part 3, Radio, Daredevil, 13, Cat in the Hat, Hulk, Bad Santa, Pirates of the Caribbean, Freaky Friday, Big Fish, X2. Wow. Okay, Crystal. Shouldn't have left us with the sound of his PS5 running in the background. What PS5?
Not only will I not retreat, says Walsh, but I will send out my big man to destroy you, Christian.
My big man? Who's your big man?
Come out, Kenaru Meneth. A giant
Who the fuck?
robot dressed in a red shirt and chef's hat emerges from behind the jerk-off lines.
Oh, this was based off a real teacher Chris had when he was in college. Hello. This teacher gave Chris a bad score, so Chris Chan drew him as a bad guy in his comic books.
Hello there, Chicos, he said.
Thaddeus, give me back my Yahoo account and Kat Denning's OnlyFans site. Buzz Thaddeus.
Your mall design is expletive deleted. I have grade F destruction for you.
Mario Kart Double Dash Kirby's Air Ride came out in 2003. Yeah, a lot of good games came out in 2003. Tells us anything. We're the bottom of the... Hey, Beeb. We're the bottom of the totem pole. The balls on the dick. Balls on the dick.
Oh, it is on, says Chris. Sonichu, take the chaotic combo. Disperse and attack the jerk-offs. Crystalina, help me in taking down that CAD chef imposter. Let's go.
Oh, he's supposed to look like Chef from South Park, because he was a fat black man.
Right, says Crystalina. Right.
Hey there, children. Hey, Chef.
Says Sonichu.
Xenophobia. Did you know Chef was played by a 70s singer? I think that's a great thing. Chef was Isaac Hayes played Chef. He was a 70s like jazz singer or something. He did the Shaft theme song. Go Go Hypergrind. Yes, I did. By the Ren and Stimpy team. Yes, I played that game. It's not bad. He was in a Sleepaway Camp movie where he played a fat black chef in a red shirt. Yeah, he was in, I think, Return to Sleepaway Camp, which wasn't good. He was a Scientologist. Yeah, that's why he quit South Park. You owned a copy? Oh, yeah, once. Why, is it rare? Because I got it for $5 at a GameStop.
Chris charges the CAD chef. Yeah, he shouts. With Crystalina close behind, they spin dash into the mighty machine. But
They wrecked his character after he got too political. Get the fuck out of here! I got it for $500. It's one of the most expensive GameCube games. I got it for $5. They forced him to quit South Park. Damn.
bounce off harmlessly.
That sucks.
Construct
Because remember they had that episode where they brought back Chef just to kill him off, and his dialogue was all like pre-recorded. It was weird.
steel? Chris thinks.
Oh, yeah. What is it with Atlas games being so expensive? Every time I see a $5... Every time you see like a rare, expensive game, it's always by Atlas. It's because he was a Scientologist. South Park game. I had the South Park game. It was a first-person shooter. It was basically a Turok with South Park characters.
He says. They run up the robot's body and race around its head using quick thunder.
EA Sports be like, prices just the disc alone is $229. Limited release. Base Scientologist BTFO'd 5 foot long. SMT game on the Saturn, expensive as shit.
But this strategy has no effect. You can't unscrew his head, nor make him dizzy, taunts Walsh. Ha ha! She fires a magical dark sphere attack, which strikes both Chris and Chris.
Power Rangers theme is a fucking banger. No wonder they kept, like, after Saban bought back the franchise from Disney, the theme songs were always just Power Ranger theme variants. Dude, 100 at the start of 2017, and then COVID happened. Fuck. Oh, yeah, COVID. COVID really did nasty numbers for retro game collecting. You're better off emulating.
Knocking them to the ground. Oh, cries Crystalina. Ugh, says Chris. He looks to find the robot ready to step on them both.
They sold it to Hasbro. Coolio. Hasbro, honestly, think the John K. shit caused it to sky. Oh, yeah, true. Nostalgia. Hasbro has done fuck all with the franchise. We got some decent TV series from it, but like everything else is either Mighty Morphin nostalgia pandering, which I am fucking sick of. I am really sick of it. Or it's like just nothing. Like we're getting a reboot in like 10 years. That's how long it's taken them. They haven't started. It'll have a female Red Ranger. They've been really pushing hard for female Red Ranger. The Green Ranger will be the fucking leader of the team. The Yellow Ranger will be a Latina and gay. Why are they always making Latina women gay? That's so weird. It's like female buck breaking. What the fuck? It's always the Latino women in Power Rangers. The Yellow Ranger in the 2017 movie was a lesbian and Latina. The Green Ranger in Dino Fury was a lesbian and Latina. The new... Why this? Why not the Pink Ranger? Why not a white girl? Why not a black girl? Why is it always the Latinas?
But before it can, a tiara flies through the air and knocks the CAD chef over. What? Says Walsh. Meanwhile, Sonichu was just beat for the jerk-off army. Well, those jerk...
Easier for audiences to tolerate as long as shit isn't angry and ugly. Yeah. The Green Ranger in Dino Fury was really pretty. Barely had any resources. That's why a lot of their older shit is so expensive. Yeah. Like, all of their fucking Hanna-Barbera games that Atlas did are really expensive. Jewish fetish, normalization of homosexuality on Hispanic population. Yeah.
Cops gave us all a run for our money.
Yeah, the fucking Green Ranger in Dino Fury was this, like, really cute Latina girl with big boobies. She was like a tomboy, and they're like, let's make her a lesbian. Make her lame and gay. They commissioned the company to make a strategy guide. They had to use black and white, not full color. Oh, wow.
Oh? Well, look who's joined the party. Standing on two lampposts are Sailor Megtoon and Magaji.
What?
Terrorizing the weekend and threatening to destroy a masterpiece of the heart? I will not stand for that. And we won't let you get away with it either.
Adapt anything from Japan's Super Sentai anymore. It's gonna be fucking Mighty Morphin shit. It'll be dinosaurs forever. It'll be nothing but dinosaurs. Like, edgy, ugly suits. You saw with fucking Cosmic Fury, those fucking ugly-ass suits. It'll be just like ugly-ass fucking dinosaur suits for now to the end of time. For now until the series becomes... Next, nice sex slave Pokemon, Mega Manchu. Yeah, it'll be fucking dinosaur shit from now until the end of time. Atlas released before Shin Megami Tensei 3 is $100. Fuck.
We are Sailor Soldiers, and we stand for every heart's light and justice. They leap down to the street to announce themselves. I am Magaji Lascamp. I am Sailor Megtoon, in the name of all hearts.
Someone should animate this and, like, make it like a serious thing, like, not like grim, dark, gritty serious, but like animate it, keep it the same, but like play it fucking straight.
We shall punish you. Aha! Thanks, Count Raguan. First we've had the parodic transformations, says Walsh. Now we actually have a pretty girl Sailor Soldier? What a kooky world.
You're telling me, dude.
Chris Chan, Megtoon shouts. Finish that monster. That's Megtoon, Crystalina thinks. Wow, my brother sure can't pick up a real winner of a girl.
She doesn't like you, Chris.
Chris and Crystalina hold hands to prepare for their ultimate attack. Blue Thunder, says Chris. Orange Thunder, says Crystalina. Our unique souls shall brighten and crush your black hearts, says Chris.
Oh, you're not going to talk about Dark Souls anymore? You know, Dark Souls wasn't a thing when this comic was made. Dark Souls didn't start until like 2010, 2011. 2009, we had Demon Souls. All the American releases of Persona up to 5. That'd be worth a lot. Holy shit.
They turn and fire the cursed Chan Pure Pulse Jolt.
I feel like there is a lot of lore in this comic, Crystal. There's a lot of shit you have to like read the quickie to know what the fuck they're talking about.
The CAD chef is destroyed. All right, Mary Lee.
1,000, fuck.
It's your turn. As he prepares his next attack, he fails to notice he is standing in the rectangle in the road. Curse ye, Han.
From software ripped off Chris. 1,500? That'll pay off a car, like a cheap used car.
Nay, we don't think so, thinks Count Graduan. Dark
Good to know.
Mirror Hole. Ah,
Persona 1 and Persona 2 are each worth 500 now complete. Wow.
says Chris Chan as he...
Why does everything cost so much? Inflation. When are we going to tell Joey... Of course Power Rangers aren't real, motherfucker. Next you're going to tell me the Avengers aren't real. Or that the wrestling you see on TV is fake. Oh shit, it's fake. It's all fake. It's fakey fake bullshit. Everything you see is fake and gay, including wars.
Falls through the rectangle, his body transforming back to Christian as he passes.
Is the most expensive PS1 game next to Tron Bon and Klonoa. You know, I just started playing that Klonoa collection. They put it on PS Plus, and not bad. I like it. I had the first Klonoa. On PS1. Everything is fake at this point, yeah. I don't have a physical copy of it. It's digital. It's the PS3 PSN release.
The others look on in horror as Chris sinks deeper and deeper into the dark.
It's at least $600. Fuck me. I almost bought Tron Bond. I was at a GameStop and I almost bought it for like $30 like in 2005, 2006. But I bought something else instead. It isn't as good as it used to be. No, the Attitude Era was fucking Kino. And the Strategy Guide, and I sold both of them together for $1,000. Nice. Speaking of video game remakes, I just beat the Super Mario RPG remake. Most of my collection soon, so this is useful info. Ooh. That's good, Gassius. Hope you make good bank off that. But yeah, Super Mario RPG remake, really fucking good. TV is not as that good as before. Yeah, everything sucks.
Chris's hands are left, but just in time, Neptune and Crystalina grab hold.
Loan for Tron Bond is $400. Fuck. If you won't have money for his gaming PC, Gassius. Xenogears and the Strat, that'd probably be a pretty penny.
Keeping him from falling entirely into the mirror. Well, this stinks, thinks Chris. Girls, let go, or you may be sucked into this darkness. I don't want you both to suffer. Then again, if I don't get out, they will be sad. Meanwhile,
Together at least 200 if your Xenogears is a black label and not autistic green label. Xenogears, that's a good thing. I've been playing Xenoblade. I need to start playing that again. I have all 3 Xenoblade games for the Switch, and I've yet to beat any of them. I need to really start putting my nose to the grindstone with Xenoblade 2. I got that when I got my Switch.
Viridian City. Neatsirk has a sudden flash into Chris's thoughts.
We're on the way to Viridian City.
Says, this plan doesn't stink. Suddenly a black Sonichu.
That's Sonic. That's Shadow the Hedgehog's theme. Ambitious RPG. I've never played Xenogears. I want to play it. I also want to play the ones with fucking Cosmos. Because I know who Cosmos is because she was in Project Cross Zone. Project Cross Zone is a really good game. I have both of them. Did they make any changes to Super Mario RPG? It's mostly a one-to-one remake. The dialogue is more accurate to the Japanese version. And there's some nice quality of life improvements. You know that one frog coin that you have to get the first time you're in an area, and once you leave that area, you can't get it ever again? Now they've added a toad that you can jump off of to get it afterwards. There's the team attack, which honestly is put in the game really seamlessly. They introduced it during the Boyer fight. Game explain video. I think I did. But yeah, Mario RPG is it's a really good remake. They changed some of it, but honestly, all the changes are for the better. It's really good. Yeah, the Sonic the Hedgehog games have such good music. Sonic Adventure 2 had a really good soundtrack. They were fucking on fire. Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Heroes, Shadow the Hedgehog. You're pretty much Scrooge McDuck. Yeah.
And he collapses in pain.
Emulation's good.
My head. My chest. What's going on? Ah! When the original metal is submerged in darkness, the dark metal will appear, and he whose name is in reverse will transform into the ultimate dark being. Just then, Black Sonichu enters the room and sees what appears to be Chris inside. Huh? What are you doing in Neatsirk's room? Look, just because you're my so-called father and director doesn't mean you can barge in.
Doesn't mean.
Wait, you're not him. What the heavy metal rock band is going on here? Neatsirk?
What the heavy metal rock band? That's where that line from the Chris Chan cartoon comes from. It's because of the nostalgia boom era, early to mid 2010s and was 1980s, late 2010s was 90s, and now early 20 is the 2000s. Yeah, GameCube prices they're shooting the fuck up. Yeah, even back then though, GameCube games are almost always really expensive for the most part, but now they're just insane.
How futile, thinks Count Gradumon.
I think the most money I ever spent on a GameCube game was $60 for Resident Evil Code Veronica, but that was like both disc, the cover, the manual, and everything.
Mary Lee Walsh, why do those two give a darn about him? Wait, I have it. I can make Christian really
old game is nostalgia.
by stealing his 2 girlfriends in the mirror instead of him. Time to turn the tables.
2000s nostalgia shot being brought back, like how we're getting a sequel to Jim Carrey's Grinch. Are we really getting a sequel? I miss the early 2000s. I miss the media, Powerpuff Girls continuation. I miss the media of the early 2000s. The TV shows, the video games, the culture, all that shit. But honestly, if I had to, I would not want to go back to the early 2000s at all. Get that PS3, PS4 collection. Yep. Because 10 years from now, that shit's going to skyrocket.
Ha! 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 With a
Best time for cartoons and anime. I just miss when shit was normal. Yeah.
pulse of magic from Congratulon, the dark mirror begins to click and whir. Hang in there, Chris. Think Megtoon and Crystalina.
That was when SpongeBob was good. Oh, SpongeBob was really good. The first 3 seasons and the first movie were really fucking good. Join the army and invade Iraq. Yeah, everything was fucking political, even back then. Everything was about the fucking, like, war in Iraq. We gotta stop those terrorists. Really, we gotta stop Mossad-funded terrorists from destroying Israel.
I won't let you go. What the? Thinks Crystal. Is the ground flipping? I can't let my brother go. Yet I don't want Megan trapped either. There's only one thing I can do. I'm sorry, Meg. She wraps her tail.
I would say it, but I'm actually nostalgic for early 2000s. Patriotism, idiocy, notwithstanding. Fooly Cooly, Dot Hack, Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, that was some good shit. Yu Yu Hakusho, Yu-Gi-Oh! I used to watch that. Bobobo was really good. A bunch of other shit. Yeah.
Around Megan's neck and throws her clear of the dark mirror. Christian, she shouts. Crystal, no! And
Joey, no!
so, Crystalina pulls Chris out of the dark mirror and becomes trapped within it herself. Oh, says Chris. Christopher, says Crystal, now trapped in the dark mirror. No, says Chris, with tears.
I am not going to war. Fuck off. Don't forget the greatest anime. Jackie Chan Adventures was fucking awesome. That was a really good cartoon. That, Mucha Lucha. There was a Osmosis Joan cartoon that was pretty decent. Static Shock. Man, WB had some good cartoons back in the 2000s. I remember watching that. I remember flipping. You would die for Israel if Cat asked you, Joey, don't lie. Die for Abigail Shapiro's Milkers, but still war. I remember flipping through Fox Box. Back in the day, it was called the Fox Box. And Kids WB, just flipping through it to see what was good. It was like, oh, I don't want to watch Pokemon, I'll go watch fucking Cubics. And then once Cubics is done, what's on here? Static Shock, that's good. Yu-Gi-Oh, I'll watch that, click over. Ultraman Tiga, Ultimate Muscle, click over. Kirby. Really damn good. The show handled serious topics. Yes, they did. There were really good episodes about racism, illiteracy, school shootings. They handled it really well. That was a great channel. Yeah, it was replaced by the CW.
In his eyes, Crystal!
Sneed and Feed Adventures. The Osmosis Jones, yeah, that was a really good cartoon. It talked about, like, the human body. Like, there's an episode about smoking. There was one about, like, every episode was about some aspect of the human body, and some episodes with sickness. That episode, that was so sad.
Well, I got one anyway, floats Mary Lee Walsh. Oh, Christian, your sister, thinks Megan. What can I say that can atone for your loss? Souch tender.
Cells at work before. Yes! Holy shit! That really is what it was. They made a game for the Game Boy Advance, and the game isn't terrible. It's kind of clunky, but the graphics are really fucking good.
Feelings. No. Due to past events, I have to ignore those feelings. I can't help but feel sad and sorry for him. He looks so pitiful. Besides, if I lost my brother, he'd do what he can.
Set You was the scariest scenes in the 90s and 2000s. Oh, yeah. Was an episode where... Yeah, that was the school shooting episode. There was an episode where, like, this kid keeps getting picked on and bullied, so he brings a fucking gun to school and tries to shoot him.
My emotional.
Honestly, that kid was in the right. Pull the fucking trigger.
You may have taken down my squadron, laughs Walsh, but I have your sister, mister. Ha! Ha! Ha!
And that kid was played by... Yeah, that is, I forget his name. But yeah, he was, I have a movie. We might be watching this movie in a future stream where it's like a Don't Talk to Strangers, Stranger Danger video. But it's about an alien voiced by the guy who voiced Invader Zim. And it's really fucking surreal. Some of you are alright. Richard Steven Horowitz. Yep, Bimmy. Balls on the dick.
Finished comic book on June 20, 2006.
I was 16, turning 17 then. Raz, I have Psychonauts, and I need to stream that at some point.
To be continued.
To be contended. Evil is Afoot, Part 1.
Last time, the city of Quickville was under the
Good old Mega Man music.
terror or Mary Lee Walsh.
Yeah, it's Richard Steven Horvitz plays an alien in a Stranger Danger movie, and it's fucking wild.
Christian Crystal and the Electric Hedgehogs battle with her squad of jerk-offs.
One of my favorite games ever. Didn't really care for the play too, though. Psychonauts is a great game. I remember I had a demo disc. You know, this tailor who can give you custom-made trench coats, and there's a gun range on the other side of the street. Stop!
Sunshine.
Just for the record, I've never fired a weapon before, and I don't think I can legally own a handgun. So, you know.
Cad Chef, the Pretty Soldier, Sailor Megtoon, and Majiji showed up in the nick of time to...
2 was I've played a bit of 2. I used to play one. There was a demo disc I had for the Xbox that had fucking the first Psychonauts. Oh my! And it was a decent game. I have it on the the PlayStation 5. They re-released the PlayStation 2 version. Gun that can fit in your hands. Supposed to be an Xbox exclusive, but the guy in charge wanted every Xbox exclusive to be like Halo, so Microsoft dropped it last second. Oh, that sucks.
Just as Christian was about to finish the witch, she turned the tables, and now she has Crystal in her clutches. Stay tuned to see who will triumph in Part 2, Episode 14, Evil is Afoot.
Evil is Afoot. Is that how you spell the word? Because it looks like it's just saying evil is a foot, like a foot. Like a person foot that you walk around with.
Christian, says Walsh, waving the scepter of Count Graduan. If you ever...
Probably one of the strangest consoles ever. Yeah, I love it. It's basically the second Dreamcast. Like, it's the Dreamcast 2.
want your sister back, you and your crew will bow down to me and surrender your hearts and souls upon my clutches.
Shouldn't have accepted Mr. Shitface's pet project. Oh, yeah.
Ha ha ha! Easy on my handle, witch, thinks Graduan. On the other...
If you're gonna grip my shaft like that, you better work the yam bag, too.
On the side of the road, Chris and his allies look on in horror. Darn, thinks Chris. She's so high up. One wrong move and Crystal may become worse than heart-shattered. What should we do? Overconfident, very...
Remember the G4 TV show Cheat? They didn't... Oh, I used to watch Cheat all the time. That was a good show. Millions on a proprietary game engine on a single game. Good job, Tim. I used to watch G4 all the time. I remember watching Cheat. Cheat was good. Corey, what's his face? That is the correct spelling of Afoot. All right. Anyone remember, was it Portal? Rule of Rose review? I remember, you sent me that before. Remember I had this game? Yeah, yeah, Rule of Rose. That was the one where they mentioned, they fucking reference Welcome to the Dollhouse, which has nothing to do with Rule of Rose at all.
Lee Walsh continues to laugh.
They had 101 games in one. Oh, is that one of them bootleg Game Boy Advance cartridges?
Ha! 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 But then, out of nowhere, a boomerang strikes her on the head, knocking her off her flying broom. At the same time, a beam of energy levitates the mirror containing Crystal and lowers it to safety. Behold the power of the inspired knight, says Darkbind Sonichu, catching...
Yo, Frog's theme!
Behold the power of the well-trusted dog, says Patty, maneuvering the mirror. Yay!
The well-trusted... Yay! Vaguely. I didn't have, like... Kristen Holt was a babe. Yeah, she was. I didn't really have, like, cable TV that had, like, G4 and stuff like that. Some voice actors from Gumball and Atlas released it in America, and it goes... once you said Atlas released it in America, I was like, that game's no less than $500. But I never really watched tech TV. I didn't watch, like, G4 until, like, 2003, when my family got, like, the big cable box, and you can watch, like, the 500 channels that you weren't allowed to watch. So I didn't watch G4 until like 2003, but I used to watch it all the time. I remember Screensavers. That was a really good show. It told you how to like fix computers and mod it. Empty Hero loves it. 2003, 2006 shows, Joey. Game Sauce. There was one show where it was nothing. I had a really old TV and Code Monkeys was good. Code Monkeys was pretty good. Quake tourney series that had pro gamers and caps. I remember there was one... I forgot I had it. There was one G4 TV show that aired on G4 that it was nothing but video game cutscenes and playthroughs, and I would watch the shit out of it. I remember that's where I first saw like cutscenes. They aired like it was like Ninja Gaiden cutscenes, Dead or anything by Team Ninja, really. Stuff from like Metal Gear and all that other stuff, Soul Calibur. That was a really good show. There was Portal, which was very early machinima, where they played MMORPG Cinematech. Thank you, Cinematech. There was another one where they played, it was Portal, and it was like machinima with MMORPGs. That one at Rule of Rose band died last year on Christmas. Oof. I heard they were going to re-release that game or remaster it. I've heard. The company that made Rule of Rose they also made a game called Tulip.
All earlier, she thinks. And who doesn't
Red versus Blue was on there? I remember Red versus Blue.
remember DB with that?
Who doesn't remember DB, Darkbind? A character that had only appeared in like one sub-episode for no reason.
Patty moves the mirror away from Mary's influence. And suddenly, Mary regains her composure. Wasting
Like
no
200
time,
now, so they might as well re-release it. I think you can still buy it on PSN. You have to have a PS3, but I'm pretty sure you can still buy it, and it's like $10 on there.
Toon goes on the offensive. No one messes with my sweet friend's heart, she says. Unless they like super heavy metal. Megtoon rockin' Hurricane.
I'm just picturing this like a frumpy girl from the South wearing like a Sailor Moon outfit with an electric guitar. It's the funniest thing to me. Because I've seen what Megan looks like in real life. She just kind of looks like a normal girl. A little frumpy. The girl that would be interested in Yu-Gi-Oh! Would be a little frumpy. But just like this like dorky girl playing fucking electric guitar in a Sailor Moon outfit.
Magic rockets playing off again. I'll be back with more terror, says Walsh as she teleports away from Megtoon's powerful attack. 2 hours later, at the mayor's office.
Why is it sideways? What the fuck? Echo Night Beyond. I had no idea it was so expensive until recently. Did you know SNK, the company behind Fatal Fury and King of Fighters, they made a survival horror game starring their character Athena? Athena, who was in 2 games, kind of. Really, the Athena was in 1 game, which is pretty good. It was called Psycho Soldier, and then she was in King of Fighters, and they gave her a fucking horror game. Anything pre-PS3 from FromSoft is expensive as shit. Doom's good. Doom, you can play on anything. I played it on PC, and then I got the Game Boy Advanced version of Doom 2, which was really good. No, it was the Game Boy Advanced version of Doom 1, which is really good. They censored the blood, but should have a fucking hold-on Kuon. Damn, brother lost the... Ooh, damn.
The chaotic combo, Magaji and Patty, sit at the conference table. Some discuss the day's battle. Well,
love Megan if she had... Honestly, Megan with big boobs would be pretty hot. I fucking say that.
others brood over their own thoughts. I had
Nothing better than a spurgy autistic girl with huge tits.
this dream, and I
Your brother had the most expensive PS2 game. Ooh. That fucking oof. That guy playing like that fucking shuffleboard game's like oof. Moonman, we'll do that when I start streaming on Odyssey. Armored Core games are insane now. I need to play the new Armored Core game. It looks really cool. I was playing a Gundam game today. I can't stream it because it's one of those Bandai anime games, and they were like really strict with you being able to stream it. It's one of those games where the second you turn it on, you just hear streaming is blocked. Okay. So yeah, I can't stream it, but it was pretty fun. It played like virtual on. Horror game buff. I bought a copy from him by 2010. I was cleaning out the room and he wanted to borrow the PS2. Lost. Damn.
So stressed. I could tell from his shaky knee. Patty watches the door, waiting for Chris's return. Crystal will be well protected in my sphere, she thinks. But poor Chris. I sure hope she doesn't go after my friends on Paradise Isle, thinks Magaji. I sense 2 more crystal balls nearby.
Paradise Isle. Nice spelling, Chris.
Thinks Darkbind.
What happened to the Family Genesis and PlayStation 1? Oh, yeah, I used to have my family had a Genesis back in, like, the mid-90s. But one of my brothers sold it for a fucking Jaguar. An Atari Jaguar. Which, Like, I came home from school. I'm like, I want to play Sega Six Pack. I want to play Streets of Rage. I'm like, hey, can I play the Sega Genesis? Like, I sold it. I got a Jaguar. It was 64-bit, but nobody wanted it because it was an Atari system. I'm like, what the fuck? I pick it up. This 3-button controller with like 9 fucking buttons on the. And Soul Star for a Jack. Ooh, those things are so badly programmed too. Jaguar CDs are basically doomed to fail. Oh my god, those things are fucking ass. The lid closes too tight on the CD, and it causes issues with the CD drive burning out. It uses a fucking coaxial cable when even the Super Nintendo used the RGB cables. Oh, that system was fucking ass.
But I need to wait.
Figures it looks like a fucking toilet.
I wish they'd hurry up, thinks Wild Sonichu.
25 buttons. That's what the fucking Jaguar controller was. His Jaguar CD broke like a year after. Yeah, because they're poorly fucking made. Like I said. Yeah, but 64 bits, 32 bits, 16 bits, 8 bits, 4 bits, 2 bits, half bit, quarter bit. The wrist game! Doo-doo-doo-doo.
What terror do you think may happen?
But yeah, the Jaguar CD was so poorly made. The fucking, like, the CD case that you, like, clip on to make sure, like, the CD's running would close too tightly on the CD, which would basically make it so that the CD drive, I remember that meme, which would basically mean that the CD drive itself would burn out really quickly. Aw, that's sad. I'm sorry to hear that, Richard. Instead of using, remember, this system came out in 94, 95. Instead of using RGB cables, it used a coaxial cable. If you don't know what coaxial is, it's that thing where you have to go behind the TV, you have to unscrew the TV cable, plug that TV cable into the fucking coaxial box, plug the coaxial cable behind the TV, and it looked like shit. Your games looked fuzzy as fuck. It was gross. Oh, what an awful system all around. And they were prone to hardware failures. Those things are rare and expensive nowadays, so you're going to spend like $200, $300, $400 for a console that may or may not work. That was the worst. Yeah, the Atari, you're better off emulating. Atari CDs suck ass.
Asks Bubbles Rosachu. I don't know, says Angelica, but Mary is truly a wicked witch. I'm missing my
1,000. Yeah, don't buy a fucking Jaguar CD. Emulate it. $1,000 is not worth playing Russian roulette for a console that may or may not work. Especially one that'll just burn out within a year. Emulate it. Jaguar was such an ass console. It had some decent games, Alien vs. Predator, Tempest 2000. There was an okay Bubsy game. It had Rayman, Doom. 5,000 units of them. Jesus. AVGN bought 2 of them and they wouldn't work. I think Spoonie had one, and it worked long enough for him to get the footage for the Highlander game, and then it just stopped working. Those systems are fucking bullshit. Also, Punchy wants to watch Samurai Pizza Cats. Good taste, Punchy. Yeah, it had a good version of Wolfenstein. Do we need to remind chat you still have no dedicated gaming PC? Okay.
Chris and Magichan, Sonichu, enter the room. I'm afraid it doesn't look good for Crystal, says Magichan. That love-hating witch did a real number. No, says Sonichu. This is the worst. She made about as hard as Chris's dream coming true.
Chris Chan would eventually find a girlfriend fucking 15, 16 years after this comic book came out.
Rosachu takes his hand. Sweet Bolt, I'm just as worried as you.
Black Friday soon in Chris. Yeah, I gotta. Yeah.
She says, but I'm certain there's a way to free Crystal, so there's no need for a bombastic tone. Speaking of bombs, says Bubbles.
Spacking of bombs.
Wasn't Bionic just totally the bomb at this last b-ball game? I think
Bionic was a character Chris Chan made in like the 2000s, the early 2000s. Mother 3 music. Mother 3 is goated. I feel we're not going to get a localization of Mother 3, but what's going to happen is Nintendo's going to remake Mother 3, and that's the version we'll get.
you'll win it for the Lancers all the way. I know.
The Lancers was Chris Chan's basketball team. Chris Chan used to work for his basketball team when he was a teenager. He was basically a water boy. Literally like the movie Waterboy. He was a retarded water boy. with an overbearing mom. Was a yes, it was. I need to do a stream where I just laugh at Sonic Autist because there are so many. Guptil, a Knothole Resident, Spax. Oh my god. Squeenix for some 2.5 remakes. Chrono Trigger would be good for a 2.5 remake. Think about Bew as kind of like Radio. Bew was like Radio if Bew became a tranny that faked his own death. Can't take the autism of PC gaming.
And he has yet to beat his own record of 125 baskets in one game. Then again, the ball has to be shared between him and team. He's so generous. What a dream boat, they both think. Bionic the Hedgehog, rumbles wild. If I wasn't kicked off the team for Mosu of Vinyl Defense...
Sounds like a console peasant cope.
I could have easily broken his record. And I could have had the ladies for my choice. Ladies, uses Punchy. One time I thought strength impressed them.
You go from making one of the best SNES simulators and helping out with Dragon Quest V and Mother 3 fan translations to faking death. Autism is a hell of a drug. If you want to know why they're also skill issue, Chrono Resurrection, that pissed me off. They were almost done. It was an N64 fucking remake of Chrono Trigger. They were almost done, and Square Enix was like, cease and desist.
But they would rather date...
It's autism. If you want to know why there's so many troons, incels, and school shooters, it's autism. 9 times out of 10, if you have an autistic person, they're either going to be a Chris Chan, they're going to be a Bew, they're going to be like an Elliot Rodger. It's almost always autism. It's autism. That's why there's so many troons walking around. That's why we have an incel male loneliness problem. That's why there's fucking school shooters. Autism. Announcing projects not even fully finished, only to get C and D. Yeah.
Iron Glory. Sheets, says Magaji. Boys can get so darn jealous when they can't ever find themselves...
Basing your persona off dragons from Lunar Silver Star never helps.
In rare cases, it gets so bad that one jealous man can detest
99.99999999999
of the world male population, excluding himself and those within the margin of error remaining percentage. Magaji...
You make it, then release the source, then announce it. Yes.
Not all men are like that. Well,
did Christian just say not all men is the solution to the autism problem? Or just stop fucking pumping your kids with fucking weird medicine and fucking plastics.
For a time, Chris was one of those...
It's over 9,000! 9,000!
And his heart made a miraculous recovery. Yet, during his 25 years on Earth, he's been kind and sweet at heart. He's the coolest. Patty, you're just saying such flowers because you're...
He's the coolest. No, he's not. Christian is a weird, perverted incel loser.
Duh, argues Punchy. No way. I love him truly, she says. Yeah, well, enough, says Chris.
Enough!
Yeah.
Enough. Once you scrub all the floors in Hyrule, then you can talk to me about forgiveness.
Yes, it is, says...
I wonder what's for dinner.
Magichan. More importantly, we've tried every spell, trap, poke power...
These fucking walls of text. Christian. Fuck. Brevity is the light of wit.
And trainer abilities
I think.
we had, as well as every attack we could muster, but it was no use. However, we did come to a conclusion that the only thing that weakened the glass a bit was the power of the crystal Sonichu ball.
Christian had to change the word Sonichu ball to Sonichu crystal because people kept making fun of him because ball sounds gay.
Out of 7, we had on hand.
Could have called them the Sonichu spheres. Then Christian could have been a sphere hunter.
We will need the power of all 7
like Empty's girlfriend.
of the dark world. Similarly, if we cannot
Similarly.
acquire the 7 crystal Sonichu balls,
Similarly.
the power of the 7 Chaos Emeralds should open the portal as well.
So you have Chaos Emeralds. Japanese really hate open source. So you have Chaos Emeralds, you have Sonichu balls. What happens when you collect all of them? Time when it was uncool to be a nerd. Now it's cool to be a nerd, but now it's uncool to be an incel, and there will later come a time to be an incel. Yes! You're already starting to kind of see that. A lot of women are calling themselves femcels. So you're going to see, like, the whole incel thing be, like, glamorized and shit. And then they'll make another 4-letter shaming word. Ipuma. The greatest comedy of all time.
It begins to glow. Huh? He asks.
Not like Sonic Mania Gaijins did a better job than my purest Japanese. Sonic Superstars looks pretty good, but Mania was really fucking good. That was such a good game. Man, 2017 had such a good lineup. Nier Automata, Resident Evil 7, a Sonic Mania, Persona 5. Jesus.
Cyan Sonichu
My two balls. My two balls. Bull.
balls on his belt also begin to glow. Thinks Magichan. Looks like Darkbind has secured 2 Sonichu balls ahead of us for his beloved Princess
The last
Selena
text.
Rosachu. Why do the crystals have to attract each other, Darkbind wonders. I cannot be deprived of my balls.
I cannot be deprived of my balls. Neo and Dragon Quest XI were my game of the year. Oh, Dragon Quest XI was really good. I have the Switch port of Dragon Quest XI. Did you know in that game, in the monstieri, the monster gallery, where you can look at all the monsters, you can zoom in and move the character models of all the monsters, except for one. The female monsters that look like human females, you cannot zoom in on their character models or move their character models in any way. Every other monster, from slime to ogre to whatever else, is perfectly fine. But the monsters that look like human women, you cannot zoom in on their character models. What the fuck? Why? I don't know why that bothers me so much. I barely even look at the monster gallery, but it's so fucking weird.
Yet I need
But yeah, Dragon Quest XI was really good. I liked it.
7 to awaken my beloved Selena. It seemed like just yesterday we were a blushing couple, strolling through Rule Quick. Ever since
Rule quick.
but on the night of her
Oh yeah, Darkbind is basically Darkwing Duck mixed with Link. Neo and Neo 2. I have Neo and Neo 2. I think Neo was one of the first games I got for my PS5 or PS4. But I have Neo. I need to play. That's a really good game.
ball,
Dark Souls of Samurai. Neo 2 is pretty good.
the evil wizard Clawdor cursed eternal sleep over our princess as he unleashed the power of the crystal Sonichu balls.
Skip Wulong, Team Ninja dropped the fucking ball in that game. Favorite game, Final Fantasy X-2, that you had to unlock the ability to rotate characters when you scan them. Of course they know.
The ancient tab
Yeah, that is so weird, though, with Dragon Quest XI. Like, it's kind of sexist. It's basically like, yeah, you can look at slimes and ogres and all these other monsters, but you can't look at the women. You got to keep them covered up and got to keep them away from the prying eye.
tablets. Well, it backfired on him by turning Clawdorf to stone. Zelina, sob, collapsed into slumber as I was about
Stream the DLC Strangers of... Oh, I need to do that. Strangers of Paradise is a good game, too. I mean, yeah, I had fun with it. Yeah, I'll say that. Strangers of Paradise is pretty good. Story... I wish the story was ridiculous, though. I wish it was like fucking, fucking crazy, like Kingdom Hearts, like, nonsense. It was just kind of bland. That was the only thing but the gameplay was pretty good.
opposed to her. I was devastated. I heard his demonic cackle echo through Rule Quick. I then
I still need to do Chain of Memories as well. I've done every Kingdom Hearts game except Chain of Memories and 3. Still need to kill Chaos. There was a movie about this. That'd be wild.
swore that I would retrieve
Sobs.
the balls and lift his curse for my beloved princess, Selena Rosachu. Darkbind's thoughts are interrupted when he and the others hear a powerful explosion. Something's happening downstairs, Chris says. Sonichu, Magichan,
Chaos, Chaos, Gauss, Chaos, Gauss, Chaos, Chaos.
One floor below, at the jewelry store.
Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm going to say this. Shadow the Hedgehog was not a bad game. I liked it better than Sonic Heroes. Kingdom Hearts 3 was not good. Rude Chewed Food Dude. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 had its moments. I liked the Toy Story and Monsters, Inc. levels. But other than that, it was kind of... The story was bad. And it really wasn't an ending. It leads into another game, which was like a rhythm game, and then that game leads into it. Just fucking God. End Sora's story and create a new story with new characters. But yeah, Shadow the Hedgehog, not a bad game. I liked it better than Sonic Heroes and Sonic 06. It was basically Sonic Adventure, but you only played Sonic levels, and they had vehicles and guns.
We find Black Sonichu falling a new green...
And it did the whole multiple ending things way better than games like fucking Mass Effect 3 or Mega Man Battle Network 4. But you still need to do Woody Got Wood mission in Kingdom Hearts 3. We need to do Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, and we need to do Kingdom Hearts 3. Those are the only fucking games left in the series. I'm not going to do the rhythm game because that would just be a fucking copyright nightmare. They can nostalgia bait without Sora, yeah. I heard Kingdom Hearts 4 won't even have Disney levels. It'll just be levels based on Square Enix games. Fun is infinite, Sega. Oh, yeah.
Oh, this Sonichu ball is the first of many keys
So will you do the Woody Got Wood side mission? Maybe, yeah.
towards my global reign, says the green hedgehog. He holds up the purple Sonichu ball. Behind him, Chris and the others have teleported in. Hold it, fiend, says Chris.
If he has the black Sonichu medallion... you know what, I was going to ask that. If he has the black Sonichu medallion, why is he green? Then I remember Chris Chan has the yellow Sonichu medallion, and he's fucking, like, blue. So, fuck it. Joey doesn't know.
Such a loud disturbance. Ah, yes, thinks the mysterious villain.
Shadow the Hedgehog came out the right... It came out the right time when everything was, like, edgy and grimdark. You had... Dude, is he wearing a fucking, like, prosthetic on his dick? I was about to ask that. Why is he in fucking, like, bondage gear? He's got, like, a thing for his cock and balls. I need more friends in me. He's got a thing where his cock and balls are in. Just realized that.
The goody-goody sad-sack virgin is in the house.
In the house.
Hedgehog power, he shouts. Dark Dome Stadium. Sonichu, Magician, charge, orders Chris. Before Sonichu can attack, Black Sonichu intercepts it. Stay back, Sonichu. Leave my master alone, he says. Insolent pest, says the green hedgehog. As Black
Oh, was that thing Empty Hero read that? I remember Empty Hero or someone read that on stream. Dance Dance Revolution? That's a good game.
Sonichu levels Sonichu.
I have the Mario Dance Dance Revolution game. It's alright. I want to get one of the other ones too, because I remember those games had pretty good music.
With a mock punch, he swats away Magichan with a shadow ball. No, says Chris, watching as both hedgehogs fly past him, dazed. Sonichu, Magichan. Chris then finds himself engulfed in the evil hedgehog's dark energy field. Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Who the these people don't talk like real people. This is like someone trying to copy Joss Whedon writing, but the person is also severely retarded and don't know how humans talk to each other. So you have this shit. It kind of reminds me of like Marvel movies.
He says,
AI.
You! Where in the wide world of extreme sports are we? And just who are you? Ha! 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 Ha!
That AI.
Ha! Laughs the green hedgehog. We are in the dark dimension of my creation. Everyone else remains in Quickville, so it's just the two of us here. As for who I am...
Who are you?
You recall the ancient prophecy from where you got your powers. If the metal is plunged...
Look at all this text!
Even for just a few minutes...
That laughing though. Ha ha. It reminds me of Mandar from Dexter's Lab. Ha 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 ha. Once I defeat you, Dexter, it'll be me and Dee Dee all alone. Ha 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 ha. I'm gonna grab a drink. Would that woodpecker could be working at Marvel now if he didn't fuck his mom. His dialogue really does remind me of like weird Marvel dialogue if it was made by like a machine.
Upon the one who looked similar to you and had your first name spelled in reverse, the Dark Sonichu medallion would be created, and the victim would have the sleeping evil within him awakened and emerge.
How there are only 9 people. Yeah, my stream doesn't have a lot of numbers. I have a small but dedicated following.
It's Chris. I may have missed.
A machine would be smarter than this.
The name yet.
Watch this.
Are you? Very well. I was the adopted child, known simply as Nate Cirque Giovanni.
That fucking awkward-ass name, though. Holy shit.
In this form, I am Reldnak Hatak.
Jesus, fuck these fucking names.
Sonichu. But of my true form, I am very similar to you, Christian Weston Chandler. But I possess...
Best acting of trying to be retarded. What is this? The true and honest fans of the Joker. Yes. Oh, it's I Show Speed. Yeah, good old I Show Speed. I saw a video he did where he was like doing the fucking Coke and Mentos thing, but he had like a rubber glove around his head or a condom, and he had like the water pouring in, like the Coke and Mentos pouring in through the fucking condom face.
Very opposite traits and characteristics compared to yours.
I Show Sped. And he also lights fireworks in his fucking room, which is fucking hilarious. It reminds me of, you guys remember The Sims, the first one? I had The Sims and I had the Live and Large expansion pack, and you could get like fireworks. He sounded like Steve Urkel with that. Yeah, kind of. And I used to like light up fireworks in the Sims home and have them killed.
I am evil. I am open.
Open.
I am Reldnak Not So Nate Cirque.
Gutsman! Why is he dressed in fetish gear though? What the fuck? And as the camera pans on his fucking dick. Gutsman! That is a reference to, is this done? How Sim Talk Weird. Evil is afoot, part 2. I am God.
I am Reldnak Not So... I am Reldnak Not So Nate Cirque.
The fucking Gutsman's ass meme. If you don't know what that is, there was a YouTube channel that got popular very early on, like 2005, 2006, and he made like weird anime memes, and one of them was the old Mega Man cartoon from the fucking 90s, and there's an episode where they're like, I think they're fighting Gutsman, but he's disguised as like a gorilla, and Rush bites his ass off, bites the ass of the costume off, and like, Gutsman! And it's Gutsman's ass. Kajito-kun, that's his name. He used to be really popular in like the early 2000s, then he kind of just fucked off.
Reverting to his human form, the green...
He was the guy that did the over 9,000 meme. Like, that's why that became a meme, was because of that video.
Hedgehog becomes a near double of Chris.
Why is he in fetish gear?
Green eye, his...
Still going, the fog is coming. He looks like he works at a steel mill. You know, we play hard, we work hard. Dun, 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 dun. That's still one of my favorite Simpsons moments. Oh my god, what's going on? We work hard, we play hard. Everybody dance now!
Eyes are red and orange.
Don't kink shame. I'll kink shame all I want. Kink shaming is a good thing. Not everything should be a fetish. Fuck me.
His left ear is pierced, sporting a safety.
I didn't even realize that. There was this thing in the 90s when like dudes were getting allowed to kink shaming your kink. There was a time in the 90s where like guys are getting their ears pierced, but you had to get the right ear pierced, not the left one. Because if you got the left one pierced, that was code word for you were a fucking gay. You had to get the right one pierced. There was even a Beavis and Butthead episode about it.
Pin for an earring. A chain dangles from his neck, and instead of a Sonichu medallion, Reldnak has a black Sonichu medallion.
Chris Chan wore that black Sonichu medallion. Chris Chan entered a contest, Parappa the Rappa contest, and when he lost, he got pissed off at the guy that entered the contest with his little sister. He printed out a picture of them and like shot a dart gun with it, and he wore that medallion.
Held on his chest.
Doing society a service. Yes, it is, Polywolf. Hey, Polywolf. Baraka the Parappa.
Aside from the green
I have Parappa the Rappa 1 and 2. I should stream those.
harness, he is nude from the waist up. A black codpiece covers the crotch of
Fucking jeans are torn to shit.
his pants, and the legs of his pants are ripped. Ah! Oh my dog! Screams Chris, covering his eyes. My
Kick, Parch, Barbussy Russi, Parabba the Brappin' Cat.
fantasies blow vastly towards my opposite gender. I am so offended. Put a shirt on.
Put a shirt on! You look like 200 pounds of bird shit! Dad, I have my clothes in the washer. Do it!
Meanwhile,
Barack Obama. We need to stream Tourette's Guy, too, at some point. I want to download one of the hour-long Tourette's Guy videos and we'll stream it.
from outside the dark dome, the three Sonichus wait tensely for the others to emerge. Magic Chan.
I just realized what the song is. Holy shit. I just realized what the background music is. Fuck me. Parappa VA is a deadbeat who scammed NeoGaf retard out of $1,000 just to ghost him from a documentary of Parappa the Rapper. Christian Moments is when he had to account on DeviantArt called Parappa the Raping Dog. Yes. Yeah, the background music is What in the Butt, which is a YouTube parody, or a YouTube song from back in the day.
Attempts a psychic probe. Anything, Magic Chan?
So I have to listen to this.
No, says Magic Chan.
South Park had an episode about that where they were talking about like monetization on the internet back when it was just starting to take hold with YouTube. Say what? And they had Butters doing that song. Where's my super suit? Where's my super suit?
The only way to learn Christian status is to wait. Black Sonichu calls Sonichu. What's the score? 2-1, says Black Sonichu. Spill it, demands Sonichu. Well, sigh. My master, Nate Cirque, has gone under a real dark transformation. He wanted to take over the world and kill Christian, so he wants the 7 crystal balls of legend.
Balls.
He anticipated this confrontation upon the snatching of his first Sonichu ball.
He snatched Sonichu's balls? That monster.
Yep.
Ripped his balls off.
Idea. I'm concerned, though. He shoved his father out of his path without remorse. He's been insulting me at every moment, and to top it all off, he put whipped cream in my rockets.
What? That better not be a metaphor. He better literally have put whipped cream in your fucking rockets. I almost said rockets. Rockets. Dedicated wham.
Sense honesty is fine, as he explained. Thanks, Magic Chan. I'm surprised
This fucking background music, though.
Dark curse or something like Sonichu. I can certainly tell you that Chris would rather be listening to his father's bickering now.
What?
Thanks, Magic Chan. By the way, asked Black Sonichu, how is Bubbles,
What?
that luscious set of water and electricity?
Luscious set. Ew, God. Imagine Christian going, how's that luscious set? Ugh. I'm getting the ick.
You weakling, taunts Reldnock. Your feeble autism and big heart hinder you vastly beyond Beliar.
Beliar.
I have no such whackness. Therefore, I am
Whackness. His shirt, whack. His pants, whack. His hat, whack. Me, I'm fucking fine.
Cowardly liar, says Chris. You dare put me down with your insults. Where I lack in confidence, I make up for in heart, strength, and the caring, loving boots from my sweet friend, Meg Chan. Wanna bet?
Meanwhile...
I'll you to next Tuesday, challenges Reldnock. I will fight in defense with true might, says Chris. I will never be tempted towards your gross standards. Let's rock. Electric hedgehog power. Dark shocker power. The two men
He's gonna stick his fingers in his butthole. Watch out.
begin their transformations. As Chris's medallion gives
Like a bowling ball.
two spines and a crooked tail. Reldnock's black Sonichu medallion gives him green spines and a green crooked tail. They each assume hedgehog form and become warrior in love and honesty. Chris Chan Sonichu versus Reldnock attack. The two emerge from the dark dome, facing each other in the mall as Sonichu and the others look on. Chris Chan, says Sonichu. Reldnock, says Black Sonichu.
Reldnock.
Thanks, Magic Chan. Like
This fucking music. This fucking music.
Down, searching for the slightest vulnerability. Magic Chan holds out his arms
Am I the only one talking? The people are watching.
to stop Sonichu and Black Sonichu. Either of you should interfere, he says. The intensity of this battle would be too much
Yes.
for any of us. Chris and Reldnock continue to stare down, and then, without warning, they speed into action. Chris lands the first blow, and they go smashing their way out of Quickville Mall. Yep, says Sonichu, looking out from the broken glass. The combatants streak all over town.
What is this song? This song's pretty good.
Chris Chris fires an energy blast, but Reldnock dodges. He returns fire, but Chris jumps out of the way and lands a kick to Reldnock's crotch. However, his cod piece protects him from injury. They run alongside each other, and Reldnock tries to
I got this in the background while I'm grinding Dark Souls. Oh, cool. Good luck, man.
shake Chris with another energy attack, but Chris rolls into his path and strikes him squarely in the face. Chris follows up with an energy blast, but Reldnock fires his own, and the two beams collide between them, causing a tremendous explosion of power. The blow sends Chris flying into an empty high school gym, and he smashes into the wall, creating a huge dent. Seemingly unfazed, Reldnock stands over the fallen form of his adversary.
Yeah, which one, Gaseous? What you playing? Dark Souls 1?
This crystal Sonichu ball I have in my hand, he says. I will deliver the final blow. How befitting is it that I get to destroy you in the school where you felt most happy?
Oh my god, why the Dark Souls 2? Dark Souls 420? I have Dark Souls 2, but I didn't play much of it. I played 1 pretty decently. I didn't get far in it, but I played it. 1's probably the only one I really played a lot. I didn't play 3. And I played Bloodborne a bit, Lies of P, the Neo games.
You won't be able to meet your fellow gal pal Lancers at the reunion. Ha! 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 Farewell, Christopher Christian Weston Chandler. Suddenly a basketball strikes Ralph.
Is this the Samurai Jack opening? Why is he playing the Samurai Jack opening?
From the side, knocking out one of his teeth and rendering him unconscious. Later, Chris opens his eyes and finds someone with him. Hey, Christian.
Going for a quality dark build.
Are you okay? Please, say something.
That was a good show. Phil Lamar, a black man, voiced the Japanese samurai. Nothing wrong with that. But how dare a white guy voice an Indian man?
Megan? He asks, bruised and back in his human form. What happened? For a while you were unconscious, Megan explains. Nagaji led me here. Then you went back to Paradise Island. Your hedgehogs restored the damage from earlier. What of Reldnock? Chris asks. That other guy? Ugh, don't get me started. He was just too weird, Megan says. Anyway, he hit his head on the bleachers, and he was still breathing, so he was sent to Quickville General Hospital.
Why are you gonna put the main villain in fucking the hospital?
That jerk is about to finish me, Chris says.
Damn right.
How did his head meet the bleachers? I can answer that, old buddy. An orange hedgehog stands on the court.
There's Bionic.
A basketball.
Chris Chan created Bionic in like the late 90s when he was like a water boy in his basketball team. I think I already said this, but yeah.
I was shooting some hoops when I heard the crash.
I was out in the field playing basketball. Oh, fuck, I fucked that one. I was going to do a Fresh Prince reference. He was shooting some b-ball outside of the school when Neltzer Natzerk was up to no good. He started making trouble in his neighborhood.
Stunned and surprised,
So he threw a basketball at his fucking head.
When I heard what he was going to do, I threw my
How many are there? Are a lot. I had a basketball thrown at my head once. It didn't knock me out, but it hurt like hell. It hit me in the fucking temple.
Gusto.
It was fucking sitting in the bleachers reading an issue of Shonen Jump, and then all of a sudden I just feel something smack me hard in the head. It was a fucking basketball.
Not bad for a Lancer.
That happened a lot.
Bionic the Hedgehog.
I really hated school. They are so lucky I didn't have access to any sort of weapons. Holy shit.
Christ, Chris. I haven't drawn you since 2004 when I made your Yu-Gi-Oh card. And before
That was only a few years.
99, that war against autism drawing, says Bionic.
The war against autism. That sounds
It
weird.
has been about 10 years since I jumped out of that locker and met you. Yes, says Chris. That was back in my freshman year. By the way, have you two met? Bionic, this is Megan Schroeder, my sweet friend. Megan, meet Sonic's long-lost but found.
So Chris Chan's loitering at his fucking old high school, talking to a girl that does not like him and a fictional character. Because I remember I got hit in the head. Dodgeball sucked. I hated dodgeball.
B-ball playing brother, Bionic the Hedgehog. Hello, it's nice to meet you, says Megan. I'm delighted to make your acquaintance, Megan.
Acquaintance.
By the way, Christian, Sonichu came by and explained this ball to me. He holds the purple Sonichu ball in his hand. The other guy had it, but he dropped it, so I'm giving it to you. Cool, thank you, says Chris. Speaking of that yellow rat, Bionic adds, I understand that soon after you met him, you found a girlfriend for him. I could have had my pick from among my fellow Lancers, but our genes just don't match well. Why didn't you hook me up?
Our genes it's in our genes, Snake. Our genes don't match up well. I have the superior genes, big brother. And Big Boss chose you for bullshit. I can't think of my lines.
Gee, I'm sorry, Bionic, says Chris. Back then, I was naive on dating and all that, so I just didn't think about it at the time.
Christian hates to be called naive. If you call Christian naive, he freaks out.
But if you need a sweetheart, Megan has created quite a few foxy characters. If she's cool with it...
Croissant. Are you gonna finish that croissant?
Them. Cool, that sounds good, says Bionic. Thank you. Shoot, thinks Chris. 25 years old, and I still haven't even had my first date. Oh well.
Truth hurts, please understand. Croissants.
At least I'll still have something to show of it, he says aloud. Oh yeah, Christian, says Megan, that DVD you told me about.
Christian's DVD was eventually leaked on the internet. There are two versions of it. There's one that... There's the original version, and then there's like a second version that has footage from his 2004 Christmas with his parents, and that is some of the most painful shit I have ever seen. I think we've seen it before, but we're going to watch it again on Christmas. I have off Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I'm not going to stream Christmas Day because I'm going to be visiting my family. But I will be streaming Christmas Eve, and we're going to do Christmas commercials. And, like, during it, we're going to watch Chris Chan and his family's weird Christmas. It is so fucking depressing and gross.
I don't know about it. Please tell me, says Bionic. Well, while the master copy stays
Look at this text!
With a few relatives, friends, and
the FitnessGram Pacer test.
Good old Province Middle and Manchester High Schools. It is titled...
Going to be my... Maybe... Actually, I might play Metal Gear Solid 2 next stream.
Christian Weston Chandler. Yep, I'm on TV.
He's advertising a DVD he won't fucking release. Fuck no, I'm not doing that. Light my fire.
It will feature my two news segments. My Mario Kart Lego movie filmed on Game Boy.
That should stream Santa... Oh, I should. That has no copyright, right? We can do that. Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. That should be a good one. But yeah, Chris Chan's Game Boy camera videos are actually kind of impressive. If you don't know the Game Boy camera, you should get my videos out of the way first, then you deserve a little longer break from that insanity. Maybe.
My Nintendo Power worthy Animal Crossing.
Send the links to those videos on one of my posts. How about that? Or my comments. Chris Chan's 2003 Animal Crossing No, I haven't.
Documentary. A slideshow of photographs, art, and comics projected from my PSP. A message for the future from me, and more. Also, there's an homage to my friends, teachers, family, and Emmy.
I did for you last video. Like, post them in the comments. That's what I mean. So you didn't heart it. Oh, I'll have to check it out then. YouTube blocks some of that shit. I'll do that.
HS's 1997 varsity basketball team within the slideshow, all of whom are remembered from my heart, as well as my yearbooks.
Coke.
This DVD will not be sold anywhere. That's a no.
Bugged grip strengthening mechanics.
On his...
It's for your Metal Gear Solid 2 Part 1. Alright. Dumb girl playing Metal Gear Solid worse than you.
Dude, that had to hurt. I wonder if Relnock will ever recover, and if he does. 10 weeks later, we find Relnock laying in the hospital, his head bandaged from hitting the bleachers. He lays unconscious until he suddenly opens his
How hard did he throw that fucking ball?
eyes, his face twisted with dark hatred. Funky monkey, he thinks. Huh? Where am I? Last thing I remember was gas. Yeah, I was about to kill that straight goody twin of mine.
Where am I? The last thing I remember was... Yes, I was about to kill that straight big brother twin of mine when I was hit on the head by a basketball. Who threw that? Today we'll be playing Dark Hatred.
Basketball? Who threw that? On the TV in his hospital room, a newscaster discusses local sports.
He finished this February 21st, 2007. So this was like right before Trolls discovered him. The Trolls discovered him late 2007.
In sports news, Bionic the Hedgehog won the game against Monroe High with a record-breaking 130 baskets without overtime. And the Lancers now head to the finals against you, thinks Relnock. It was you. Right before passing out, I saw an orange guy in blue shoes. It was him. Bionic the Hedgehog. The End. Finished comic book, February 21st, 2007. CWC turns 25, February 24th, 2007.
All right, now this is the first issue that he made after Trolls discovered Christian. Yeah. Although the cover was drawn March 5th. Light My Fire is a nice touch. That's a good song. It was The Doors. But yeah, this was like the first issue made after Christian was discovered by Trolls, and like internet trolling influenced the comic books.
Sonichu, number 7. Drawn March 5th.
Oh, I hate when it does that.
Sonichu, number 7.
Sonichu.
Drawn March 5th.
Sub-episode. It's not the end.
On the cover, we see Magi-Chan Sonichu standing behind the 7 Sonichu balls, which are arranged in a circle around a pair of clock hands.
Two people together in a photo. Whoever's leaning into the other person is more into it. Oh, yeah, oh, fuck! Let's rewind a little bit. That Christian Megan picture. that picture of Christian and Megan, I love it. She is so uninterested, but Christian's, like, happy as shit. He's like, yeah, I like this. And Megan's like, fuck, get away from me. I love this fucking picture so much. I want it framed in my apartment. I love it.
7. On the cover, we see Magi-Chan Sonichu standing behind the 7 Sonichu balls, which are arranged in a
Sonichu balls.
pair of clock hands. In the background are numerous images from the past of Christian Weston Chandler. Episode 15. Sonichu Magic
Joey,
Chan and
no!
Christian in Time for a Ball. Our story begins
Clock.
on the basketball court of Manchester High School, November 2nd.
They were doing Slam Jam remakes back in like 2008, 2009. I did not know that. I thought that was like an early 2010s thing. Manchester High School, November 2nd, 2007. So, yeah.
2007. Christian
This is like right after the Trolls discovered him.
Weston Chandler and his friend Megan are talking with Bionic the Hedgehog, who is practicing on the court. Megan, I wanted to thank you for hooking me up with Magaji, says Bionic.
Space Jam.
Our first date was good. We had fun, and she called me for a second date. I'm happy. Well, no problem, Bionic, says Megan. I'm glad things are working swell with you both. Behind her, Chris thinks to himself, ah, Meg Chan is truly a sweet gal, pal. Oh, how I yearn to hug her. Unfortunately, she will only let me hold her hand now and then.
If she's not going to hug you now, she's not going to hug you ever. I used to be friends with this weird Christian girl that was like, she pretended to be a lesbian. I think she got married recently. But she pretended to be a lesbian. And she would like fucking hug every guy in our friends group except for me. Life of an incel. It was fucking awkward because like hug. Oh, hey, Joey. It's like, hey, yeah.
Well, maybe time will...
It's fucking weird.
Well, I'm still happy to have her.
I'm glad she didn't. I don't like being touched, so fuck it. She didn't. I was glad. Poor. I'm happy. I don't like being touched.
My sweet friend.
Damn, Shelly.
Just then, Magaji enters the court. Hey, B-Hog, she says.
This is a good remake. What is this fucking song? I know the first song is fucking the Space Jam theme. She's married to a white guy, so she should be doing good.
Are you ready for paintball and love potion? I'm raring for a big mess.
What the fuck are you talking about?
And maybe, if you're lucky, I'll let you kiss me at the end.
Ready for a big mess. Fucking dump that load on my face.
A kiss after this date, says Bionic. And after the third, wee-hee, hey, yay.
It's okay, Joey. Joey's day of... That'll never happen. I'm not an incel. So, no.
Good for you, Bionic, says Chris, somewhat uncomfortable. Come on, Tan Hut, says Magaji. Coming, says Bionic. You smell good. What is that, he asks. Me with strawberries.
I ate a bunch of strawberries, like a whole big bowl of them. I can't sleep unless I eat a big bowl of berries.
As they leave, Chris becomes depressed.
Bocel is more applicable. Yeah, I guess. No hug to Joey, you're gonna go kabloon.
Great, he thinks to himself. Remind me that I'm a frustrated virgin. Why not invite Mary Lee Walsh?
If you're gonna touch me, I have to really like you before that. Pay the
With a
toll.
sledgehammer to smash my heart again. Megan takes his hand into hers, surprisingly. Chris, she asks, are you feeling okay? My sweet friend,
Burn the rice, pay the price.
Chris thinks to himself. You look like you were about to cry, says Megan. Was something the matter? Only a minor irritation.
Chris Chan's like Elliot Rodger. He can't see like couples in public without getting pissed. These girls, they're giving these awful men the pleasure that I have been denied. But not anymore. If you go back and watch Elliot Rodger's videos, just know that the voice he's doing, the tone and tenor, is Anakin Skywalker from the Star Wars prequels. It makes his videos so much fucking funnier. He's trying to be Anakin Skywalker so much. But Anakin Skywalker had sex. He had a girlfriend. He had a wife. You got married. He had kids. These girls... Obi-Wan, do you see them? They're kissing that man over there, but they're not with me. Anakin, now's not the time. It should be my time, Obi-Wan. It should be my time. The prequels are pretty good. Episode 1 was a little messy, and Episode 2 was kind of dull, but man, Episode 3 was fucking Kino. That was a good movie.
Thank you, Megan.
When is it my time to get a girlfriend, Obi-Wan?
Thanks, Megan.
I'm a virgin with rage.
Let's go see what Magi-Chan and Sonichu have learned in their search, she says. She had a little too much excitement, thinks Chris. So she
Ooh, Segoy.
That's so cute.
Ooh.
She cares about me.
1-3 of the prequels are watchable. Episode 1 had some good moments in it. It certainly wasn't like a boring film. You had the pod race, the final battle with fucking... I can't remember his name now. The guy, red-faced guy. You had like the cool spaceship stuff, the battle for Naboo. It had its good moments. 2 had its good moments too, but 2 was kind of dull. Like there's a lot of really dull points in 2, I remember. But yeah, Episode 3 was really good. Elliot cut of Episode 3.
Well,
it's basically expanding the pre-Empire days. Darth Maul. Why did I forget his name? I used to have an action figure of Darth Maul. It expanded the Jedi and Sith mechanic. Yeah.
Getting a strong reading from this crystal.
Around the world. Fuck by Daft Punk.
5 anywhere. Are you getting any psi waves of energy? Magi-Chan closes his eyes and concentrates. I'm detecting the energy of the next crystal, yet I'm sensing another person's deja vu moment. Darkbind did say that the crystals...
The first Darth emo. Should have been my time, Obi-Wan. I should have been on the Jedi Council. Anakin, Chancellor Palpatine is evil.
...scattered through space and time.
You know the guy that played Obi-Wan? He's dating Mary Elizabeth Winstead. He got her a role in one of the Star Wars shows. She was that fucking Twilight from Ashoka. The one with the big butt.
It has to be in the past, at this very location. The question is, who came into contact with it? If we can find the person or animal who was here at that time, I can calculate the precise date and second of contact. It couldn't have been me, says Sonichu. I may not have existed back then. Hey guys, says Chris, what's the update?
That picture of Chris and what's the update, that was used for the Quickie forever. I think it's still fucking on there. What's the update? What's the update, fellas?
What a mood recovery.
Also, I love how Chris Chan's comic has more like anime-esque art ever since he met Megan.
Thanks, Megan. Kinda of a Goku get him attitude.
Goku get him at... Fuck off. Chris Chan tries to coin these fucking dorky catchphrases and they never work.
Hello, Chris, says Sonichu. We're so close. We found that the next crystal may have gone back in time. We need to locate the person who might have... Wait, says Magi-Chan. What, Magi-Chan? asks Sonichu. Magi-Chan stares at Chris and Megan, gesturing with his fingers. The vision is clearing up, he says. Looking into Chris's mind, Magi-Chan...
Goku get him as a metachorism. Yeah.
And sees bionic...
Chat. Hey, chat. Press 1 or 2. Press 1 if Chris Chan is gay. Press 2 if he's a tranny. Chat. Chat.
Like emerged from a locker.
You remember, right after Medicare, like, stopped doing streams because of his cancer, there was a guy that popped up, and he literally had, like, the Medicare voice down pat. Like, all of his mannerisms, how he talked, how he fucking acted, it was Mr. Medicare to a T. And he streamed for, like, 3 or 4 months and then left YouTube forever. He was like a gym walker is what they call him. Chat. He sounded just like Medicare. He had like all the fucking words down, everything down. And he would stream on YouTube. And he was around for like 2 or 4 months and then he left forever. and he came out right after Medicare stopped streaming for a while. Like after, I think it was December 31st, not Gator Gamer, it was someone else. I can't remember his name, but he was like a Medicare streamer. Like he was a gym walker, I think they call him.
Nearly slamming the locker door.
And he sounded just like Medicare.
The scene was narrated from Chris's mind with the words, "Mighty the Armadillo being slammed."
Gatorade? Water sucks. It really, really sucks. Water sucks.
Approximately November 13th, 1996.
Approximately.
During a scheduled
that sounds like a fake word.
2:31:29 p.m. The Crystal bonked Christian Weston Chandler on his head at the exact moment the locker slammed open in his imagination. That's crazy, says Megan. At best, that's only a random access guess.
Gator, show the clip, Gator. They're making fun of me, Gator. I need my maker's mark, Gator. Josh Moon's penis. Carl Schwartz, I forget his name. Random access is Christian's, like, verb for fucking non sequitur. It's basically Christian's fucking, like, word for low random humor, which is basically just quotes from Monty Python and him doing a silly voice, and that's it.
Actually, he is correct, says Chris.
People that do the whole random humor thing, that's a good, like, indicator of autism. Yeah, a random non sequitur isn't funny without, like, any sort of setup. It's just retarded nonsense.
Much to Megan's surprise. I remember being struck at my old bean as I imagined Mighty reclining against a locker, as the situation was read from a Fear Street novel from my favorite author, R.L. Stine.
This motherfucker read R.L. Stine novels in high school. Like, you know, it's better than reading, like, fucking baby books and shit, but, like, dude, R.L. Stine, at least, like, when I was in, like, I can't really complain. I wasn't reading shit like that. I was reading manga, which may or may not be worse, but, like, those are for fucking, like, middle schoolers and fucking, like, elementary schoolers. R.L. Stine? Did you know that R.L. Stine wrote a fucking joke book? Mike Stoklasa and Rich Evans did a video where they're reading it. It's really bad.
At that moment, at random, that locker door slammed open, and Bionic the Hedgehog entered my world. I had thought it was a mistakenly thrown basketball. This corrects that, Rory.
Rory?
I feel as silly as the time I temporarily gained weight, became stupid.
Oh, this is Chris Chan's attempt at a cutaway gag. Chris Chan is trying to do, like, a Family Guy cutaway, like, "Hi, Lois, this is just like the time I became stupid and went to watch television at Ghost Command."
Stupid and went to watch television at Ghost Command. Now addressing the audience, he says, "Seth MacFarlane, here's a funny sketch idea for a Family Guy episode I fully approve for you to use as you see fit."
I wonder if Seth MacFarlane ever watched this. Be like, yeah, I'm not going to steal jokes from a fat retard.
As Chris flashes back to the time he visited...
This sketch only, TV 14. Yeah, he has TV ratings for his fucking comic book. He writes his comic book like it's a fucking TV show, and it's weird.
Ghost Command, the rating TV 14 appears. However, the rating applies to this sketch only. Chris is sitting at the couch watching TV with 3 others when the television says, I gotta use the bathroom. Excuse me. Says Chris. I gotta use the can too. As he gets up to you.
I like how he draws himself like Peter Griffin. That's actually a more accurate version of Chris Chan. Especially back then. That's a really good, like, self-portrait of Chris Chan. He looks like Peter. Peter? Peter, why are you dressed like Chris Chan? Oh, Lois, this is just like the time I was a fat, retarded motherfucker. Oh, jeez. Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
The bathroom. We see that Chris is indeed fat and stupid. He comes.
Well, Chris Chan is fat and stupid in real life.
To a door labeled.
Motherfucker couldn't hold down a job at Wendy's. Yeah, he's fat and stupid.
Neutral. But
Peter, remember the time you diddled your mom? Kicking me in the balls.
Television is already inside.
Ah, jeez, Lois. It's like that time I fucked my own mother. Ah. It's fucking Peter Griffin being arrested while Ethan Ralph films it. Hey, Peter Griffin, they want you to talk about Josh Moon, bish.
Sorry.
Ethan Ralph.
Says the television. Chris continues his search for a vacant bathroom.
I'm just picturing Peter Griffin being arrested with Ethan Ralph filming it. They want you to talk about Josh Moon, Peter. They want you to talk about the Karen farms, bish.
Bones. Ah, here's a can.
Hey, Lois, remember the time you pepper sprayed a GameStop employee as a troon? Yeah. It's just like the time Quagmire got arrested for macing a GameStop employee. Ah, jeez. Well, face it, Peter, you're bad with comic books. Remember that time you drew a Sonic Pokemon comic book?
He says. He enters the compartment, closing the door behind him. He says, I wonder what these buttons do.
What is this?
The entire chamber is raised into the air atop a giant...
Oh, yeah, I need to explain this. So, y'all know what Ghostbusters is, that, like, movie from the 80s? The two movies are pretty good. There was also an old, really old, like, 1960s show called Ghostbusters back in the day. Hey, Lois, remember that time I was kicked out of the game place and called the owner a Jew? There was an old TV show called Ghostbusters back in the 60s where it was like some guy, a fucking gorilla, and another guy, and they hunted ghosts with fucking nets. Anyway, flash forward to fucking 1984. Ghostbusters movie comes out, it becomes successful. A company called Filmation, the people that did He-Man, sees that and goes, hey, we have the rights to an old show called Ghostbusters, let's release that. The show is fucking ass. It's fucking awful. It's basically the same thing. Some dude, a gorilla, and another guy hunt ghosts with a fucking net. With a monkey in it. Fembusters, let's say. Holy fuck. Yeah, the real Ghostbusters was a better cartoon. It was really good. They even had J. Michael Krasinski writing some of the episodes. Really, if you could probably find it somewhere, watch it. It's really good. I know they released it on DVD. I have like the first set of Ghostbusters DVDs for the cartoon. It's really good. Really good fucking show.
Telescopic column.
And since we got a new Ghostbusters movie on the way, fucking High C, release the fucking Ecto Cooler, High C. I want my fucking Ecto Cooler. That fucking drink was released since, like, they released that shit in the 80s and kept releasing it with the Ghostbusters branding since, like, the late 90s. I remember drinking that shit in elementary school. I want my fucking Ecto Cooler, bitch.
Raises Chris into some sort of nether region surrounded by ghosts. Giant metal hands open the door.
That fucking orange ghost logo in the top corner, that literally looks like the Revice logo from Kamen Rider Revice Squeezables. Bish! Bish!
And pluck the fat, stupid Chris out of the chamber. The hand throws Chris into a massive spider web, but the impact is not shown. Scene omitted. Too gross and silly. Chris
Too gross and silly.
Onto a conveyor belt, entering a green tube and emerging with an orange uniform.
Holy shit, it does.
Another mechanical hand picks him up by the seat of his pants and places a backpack on him. He is dropped unceremoniously.
Yeah, it looks like the Revice logo.
Back on the conveyor belt.
Revice was such a messy show. Like, the first part of it, when they're fighting the Dead Man's group, was pretty good stuff. I love the design. I love collecting the little stamps that make noise. But, like, the later half of it gets fucking ass. And Jean was a fucking awful writer. She was so boring. Her design looked really cool. I loved her design, but, like, her fucking character arc goes nowhere. It's just Yuri bullshit with Aguilera. Yeah, there's a character named Aguilera. The bad guys are named after types of tequila. And one of the bad guys does fuck all. They make a lot of stupid decisions with that show.
A toilet plunger descends from above and plants a pilot helmet and goggles onto his head. Chris is then flung onto a trap heap.
I can honestly see Family Guy doing this sketch. I'm not even playing.
Which swings him into the direction of a mattress. He is launched onto...
Except instead of, like, breaking the car, Peter Griffin just shits in it. It's like, I made a duty. Sorry, I pooed in your car.
The mattress, landing head first and bouncing into a tunnel. Elsewhere, a car with a face is sleeping in some sort of garage. Chris falls into the back seat with such force that the car is awakened with a pained look on its face.
Or no, it would be Peter Griffin falling into the car and breaking his arm. He's like, I broke my fucking arm. Jeez.
Oh, my axles, groans the car. A footnote informs
Boy, this is not the bathroom. Sorry there, big fella.
just that the ghost buggy's face was survive. So I know, well,
I pooed in the car.
in the back seat of the ghost buggy, Chris says to himself, "Oh boy, this."
You know, I was playing the Family Guy game for the PSP because I put it on my Ambernick. Honestly, it's a good adaptation of the show because it does what the show does, especially back in like the season 4 days, back when they just got back on TV. Like references to 80s sitcoms and like fucking nonsense like that. It even has playable fucking cutaway gags, which is fucking wild.
This is not the bathroom. Whoops.
Oh, whoops,
The
sorry.
story returns to the present, accompanied by the revised rating of TDY7. That's settled, says Magic-Chan. I can sphere you, me, and Sonichu and take the three of us counterclockwise around the world.
Is this MC Chris? If you guys don't know who that is, MC Chris was like a nerdcore rapper, which nerdcore is a thing. We played some nerdcore rap on the stream before. Dwayne and Brando. MC Chris was the voice of MC Pants from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, the giant spider with the diaper. And he did like a lot of like nerd rap songs about like Star Wars and shit. And he had like a severe case of Trump derangement syndrome, and he's not really doing anything anymore.
Thus setting us back in time. But we have to
Pesh
keep in
wants some
mind
sex.
there was a change
Hey,
in
Sin.
change
Boba
our
Fett. My
president.
backpack has jets.
I agree,
I'm
says
Boba
Chris.
the
We have to
Fett.
get the crystal for the
Debbie, get down here. Give her some sex.
sake of my sis. He is interrupted by a voice from behind him.
Yeah, it's MC Chris.
Chris turns. to
Did he
see
really?
Smash
I need to look those up.
Flashback. Is it possible that I may
Gotta do the Peter voice. Is it possible that I may keep this outfit? It's hard to find clothes that fits me. Sure, no problem, Sam. We may need you for another sketch in the future. Anyway, your medal's not only built bigger than mine, which, while painted,
keep this outfit? That Chris asks.
with the legal
It's hard to
words on the
find
bag.
clothes that fit me. Sure, no problem, Sammy, says Chris. We may need you for another sketch in the future. Anyway, your medal was not only built bigger than the original, while it was painted with the legal words on the back, it lacks the additional writings and symbols.
I just picture Meatwad listening to this song and dancing to it. It's like, oh no, this is another song by MC Pants. He's gonna brainwash you and try to get you to do something stupid, isn't it? No, this is No, I can't do a Meatwad voice. No, this is MC Chris-chan. It's good stuff. Dancing is forbidden.
So there's no mistaking yours for mine. Neat, says Sammy. Thanks. Say ya.
Well, say ya.
Magic-Chan closes his eyes, concentrating his psychic powers.
I bounty hunt for Jabba the Hutt.
A blue energy field appeared, surrounding himself, Sonichu, and Christian. Inside the sphere of energy, Magic-Chan addresses the others telepathically. Viewing from the outside in, he explains, this psychic orb...
Peter, you can't fuck with your own ma. Aw, jeez, Lois.
Sonichu,
Ew! There's an episode of Family Guy where Peter's mom dies, and Peter becomes friends with one of his mom's friends, and she ends up trying to fuck Peter, and it's so gross. There's a scene where she tries to, like, force Peter to lick her pussy. It's so gross and nasty. Ugh.
run backwards.
He ends up throwing up in it. Ugh.
To revolve this sphere in reverse, to go back in time, Magic-Chan says.
Oh, they're doing Superman rules.
Says Sonichu. As instructed, he begins to run back.
I like how Chris draws himself as like the slender buff dude. Chris was a fat fuck even back then.
From outside,
Was that the deal breaker? Normally you like old busted face women. I don't like grannies. I'm sorry, Gassius. Don't like grannies. Aged.
the sphere disappears, leaving only a brown stain behind.
Only a brown stain. Chris Chan's underwear.
Sitting on the bleachers using a laptop labeled Kelly Andes shouts, "Oh my god, Chris!"
Kelly Andes was a brunette, actually. She wasn't a blonde. Tastes like.
And
Alright, we got a few more left. We're probably not gonna watch all of these tonight. We're gonna watch. I want to try at least get Spring Break done. Time hogs. I'm gonna go use the restroom. I gotta take a piss. Grab me something to drink. We're gonna play some music, and we're gonna play. Fuck. What are we gonna play? We're gonna play No, I'm not gonna play Quick Talk. Let's play more MC Jarbo. We got eye cucks. That's good. That's fair. Watch the rest on my next one after the video since. Alright.
I've realized that I need to be crystal clear about what I believe.
Let me turn this down actually.
Ambiguity.
There.
Listen up. And he's keeps denying the pussy, bitch. You'll find he is. Not like these fucking niggers who get down on their knees and feel the crying to the pussy, please. Because how am I supposed to even compete with African wildebeest? This slut married a millionaire, took most of the hair that grows on his head. She just wanted to date a tramp and shoot heroin. Trust me, she'd come drain Froggy Fresh too if I didn't boot him from the main event. We never vacant, never go woke. Tell you, been awakened, man, she's one with the pics. How can she hate bacon? She'd say something like, if you ain't earned your stripe, boy, I guess it's there for the taking. I took 2 shots right to the hippocampus, shook like a bitch while my bitch spread her fat puss. Took 2 shots right to the hippocampus, and started crying right before I hit the canvas. Damn, that's a fucking nigger faggot. If you remember, when you weren't such a nigger faggot, I thought you were actually funny when you weren't such a fucking.
She was in her late 40s, early 50s.
Everywhere I go, look at this damn nigger faggot. Fucking nigger faggot. Now that's straight up nigger faggot. I don't think anyone deserves that level of cruelty or hate. It's also indoctrinated.